5 years later, I'm just not real. If that's 5 years later, this was 7 years ago. 5 years later from 2017 would have been 2023, which was when items was at its lowest point.
Prophetic.
Exactly.
It's like an oracle.
Or maybe more like a Jim Cramer prediction, because at that point, Content Cop was retired. Hello, everybody. How is it going? We are back. This is a very special occasion. All right, I had to bring back the VTuber model for this because this is too good to pass up. All right,
this is cinema right here.
Yeah, it is risking my computer crash. That low key. That is why I stopped streaming for like a year, because if you remember, like late 2023, early 24, my computer would just crash on stream. Yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen this time. And but if not, we're going on for at most 5 hours. Like 5 hours is the cutoff point. We'll see how long we go. But yeah, welcome everybody. And by the way, I am joined with the Taxed Brass.
The one and only. How y'all doing?
Yeah, check out his stuff. He makes arguably better videos than me.
I'd say they're good on occasion. I don't know.
Good on occasion. I replay the Second Coming of What If All Hiss just for the song at the end.
This song might be peak, dude. I'm proud of those lyrics.
Yeah. Don't worry. We're gonna collab on a song dissing iDub soon enough here.
Woo!
We'll see.
Got me hyped.
Exactly. Which, speaking of which, for those that don't, obviously, I'm assuming you read the title, and of which I scheduled the stream before we knew who this Content Cop was on, and it is on.
I would like to say I called it. All right, I did call it.
Yeah, I was predicting this was just going to be some like weird promotion for Creator Clash. That was genuinely what I thought would happen, but no. No, it's not. It is actually on H3. I was not expecting, because if you're like, by the way, for all those that watched my the never-ending crash out of H3, right? Should we should we take a peek? Watch my. It's 3 weeks old, but I pulled up this screenshot that I got from doing it, and if you remember. Froggy Tonic, this is how it all started, the fallout between H3 and iDubbbz. It's literally because Froggy Tonic, who was a former iDubbbz editor, called out Ethan Klein for very weird personal stuff, like Ethan being a bad parent to dog, like a bad dog owner and bad parent, right? So it's like, so Ethan was like, hey, if you are going to go after, or not you, but if your former editor is going to go after us, can you please just correct the record, right?
By the way, Ethan has since had CPS called on him, apparently repeatedly for fallacious reasons.
Oh yeah. Then that's all covered in my video, the never-ending H3 crash out. So
it is the precursor.
Yeah,
what will be known as the Civil War of BreadTube.
Yeah,
coming soon to a channel near you.
Yeah. Make sure you subscribe to Tax Brass when he inevitably uploads that video. But
it's gonna be peak. It's gonna be peak.
Yeah, 22 hours ago, we got Content Cop H3, which I think you all know this, but just to make sure, just so we're all on the same page here, they were friends for years. Like H3 can be seen in, I'm pretty sure in the Keemstar Content Cop and the Leafy Content Cop going back to 2016. But I only watched 6 minutes of this, and
I'm going in a virgin to it. I've seen none.
Yeah,
my cherry.
Yeah, it's just so okay. What's the most creative name for, or for us to insult Content Cop? I was thinking content flop, content slop. Somebody in the chat earlier before we began said content crap. So
I don't know. I can think of a few involving slurs and whatnot, but I don't think I can say those on your stream. I don't want to get you in trouble.
Yeah. Please refer to all my guests. I have them refer to a 1,000 word Google document. It's like, hey, these are the words that are not allowed on YouTube.
Yeah, he made me read through all of it. It took me 3 hours. It really sucked, but yeah.
So basically, if you want on my stream, you have to go to Wikipedia and go to that one article that's like a list of every slur in alphabetical order, right? And I record you saying all of them verbally.
Yep. And by the way, if at any point during the stream you do say it, not only will he repossess your house, but also he gives you 50 lashings with a whip, which I thought was extraordinarily excessive, but I wanted to be on the stream, so I agreed to it.
Yeah. Yeah, which by the way, in 22 hours, this has 3 million views, which is the most that any iDubbbz video has gotten in 2 years. And yes, that is including I Miss the Old iDubbbz, the Apology Tour. Which, by the way, that means my short on Anissa, which, many of you may have discovered me through that, 3.6 million views. So, and this is roughly 2 years ago. When did this come out? That's a copyrighted song, I think. Let's see it. April 3rd, 2023. So happy 2-year anniversary to this video. I don't know why it had to be this one that got 3.6 million views, but
we know why. It
has a woman in the thumbnail. That's why.
People wanted to return to form.
The Rev turn.
Unfortunately, now it's content cope.
Yeah. Also, I wonder why this Leafy discovers Ben Shapiro's sister. I wonder why this one has.
Girl said pick me up, and I pull up to this.
This is my Fortnite gameplay, by the way.
I might just leave, bro. There's no way. Look up Ben Shapiro's wife or Ben Shapiro's sister.
Dude, I was grinding out shorts like a motherfucker, man. And which
I would watch anything involving Ben Shapiro's sister. So.
All right, let's get.
Oh my god!
Speaking of Ben Shapiro's sister, H3H3.
The beach is surprisingly dangerous. Consider the.
This is the grand return of Content Cup.
Actually, Hila's not a baby killer. Actually, accusing Ethan of killing his dog is maybe too far because they have mobilized.
This is such a obviously this is the clip where H3H3 starts to like sour on iDubbbz, but it's so bizarre how that like those lines.
He looks like a skinhead in the shot, dude. He looks like he cooks meth.
Anissa, let's cook.
Anissa, we need to cook.
Sane.
If anything, it was Anissa saying, "Ian, we need to cook."
She smuggles crystals out in her cavernous fucking pussy, dude.
Harassment group. That anybody who says any fucking thing, they will attempt to ruin their lives.
Bruh. Get better cinematography, bruh.
What we do here is go back.
The hat falls off, by the way.
Yeah, they didn't want to do a second shot. It'd be too much work.
Too much work. Well, okay. Which, by the way, it was
love the BDSM belt. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was April 3rd. Froggy Tonic called out H3H3, and then I'm assuming I don't know, maybe a day or two later, that's when Ethan was like, "Yo, screw you, iDubbbz." It's like this was made in record time, 2 weeks.
It was rushed, dude.
Yeah.
They had all of the Young Turks working on it.
I don't know. I feel like this is something he could have sat on.
Maybe.
I mean, he's gonna have all of Hassan Piker's orbiters astroturfing it.
Dude, by the way, I looked at the YouTube dislikes viewer, right? Which the accuracy of those are questionable. But it says here 240,000 likes to 215,000 dislikes, which isn't a beautiful ratio. That's not great.
Yeah, that's bad. And by the way, the return YouTube dislike, it underestimates dislikes.
Yeah, I found that too.
So if anything, the dislikes would be higher than that.
I don't think people like him very much. You know, call me crazy, but
Yeah, but he has a lot of hate watchers. So
yeah.
Okay, let's see how much he's making on Patreon. Well, okay, I have to use cloud, or I have to like verify I'm a human. Let me just move that to a different window.
The orange one though, dude.
Okay, wait, I'm pretty sure he lost members.
Did he?
I don't know, because like I saw it was like 183, and then like quickly corrected itself to like 170. So iDubbbz is currently making 148 a month. Which, by the way, like he lived in Seattle, Washington, and I think he said on a podcast he's planning on moving to like LA, California.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wish you would move to the fiery pits of hell. That'd be pretty cool.
What do you think someone on the internet, what it might?
Guys, it's the Content Cop song. Running out into a field.
Oh, look at that jump cut.
The immediate
I
next
wonder
shot.
who's pulling the strings here.
The immediate next shot. Literally.
The puppet master.
Yeah, he didn't cut off his strings. He just found a new man to pull them. Not
Guys,
Sam Hyde.
You guys are looking at the Hitler of YouTube right here, all right?
Yeah, so by the way,
evil.
oh my goodness. All of my windows just disappeared. Okay.
Yeah, stream pause. Okay, we're back. We're back.
Yeah, we're back. Okay, so this is like iDubbbz's like brand channel. And this is Max. This is what his podcast is on. It's carried by Dax Flame, frankly.
Pretty edgy.
This one has almost 500 members and making 500 a month. Which, considering, I mean, like that, this is fine. But considering you're like, I'm assuming you're employing people, unless like everybody's just like Uncle Dane and just there for, I don't know, to like help you out, I guess.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? I'm Hassan Piker, and this is the Hassan broadcast coming to you live from a cloudy day here in California, Los Angeles.
I like how he pronounces like half the words correctly.
I'm a fantastic one because today's a beautiful day. I have a very important announcement. I finally done it. I watched Ethan Klein's Content Nuke, and I'm not going to call it Context Puke as I normally do because the reality of the matter is it was brilliant. Nothing was out of context. Everything was correct. I am an Islamist, fundamentalist, radical terrorist. I am a vicious...
True.
It's true.
True.
Most importantly, Ethan is more attractive than me, both physically and also
True.
True.
So true, dude.
Including my glasses. They're fake.
Favorite line ever from Hassan Piker right here.
Dude, like okay.
If only that was followed by him immediately committing shotgun suicide, like that would be his peak. It'd be fucking awful. Awesome, I mean.
Dude,
be like redemption, dude. Come on.
Dude, I hope so many people gas them up that it makes Hassan Piker and iDubbbz believe they can go after Sam Hyde. I hope he tries this again.
In the content,
oh my god.
He was right about that too. How did he know everything? How? Wake up, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Ethan, wake up.
So edgy, bro.
Wakey, wakey, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Wake up. Time to be awake, Ethan.
Wake up, Ethan.
This is no longer a dream. This is a nightmare.
So okay, is this Twitch chat like real? Because this would have had to have been. Yeah, this would have had to have like been leaked beforehand.
Yeah.
If like like iDubbbz in the Content Cop uniform, it's like people
I have
like
sneaking suspicion.
Yeah, like because like anytime iDubbbz does anything, people like everybody DMs me about it.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it's clearly like high budget, right? Like they've got a lot of solid editing, shit like that. But it's still unfortunately gonna. By the way, I'm not sure where he's getting the money for like high budget editing, given his videos don't really pull in the views that they used to. My guess.
He makes $100 a month via Patreon.
My guess is a certain Turk has been bankrolling this.
I wonder. Yeah. Also, by the way, like
who that could be.
So, like, if this is a real stream, right? Then why did you just like I don't know? I feel like that kind of spoils who it's on, but I doubt it. But if it's not a real stream, why do you like? Why is it literally in Hassan Piker's room with the Twitch chat with his socials in the bottom right? Okay, that's cut off. That's cut off.
He was already there anyway, dude. He was already there anyway in order to suck Hassan Piker's cock. So they figured they might as well do some filming while they're there.
Might as well. Yeah. They couldn't even do a different OBS scene. There's just like,
I'm already here.
Telling you to wake up.
Wake up, Ethan. Wake up.
No.
He's gonna blow.
Wake up. Since anyone? Just wake up.
That's pretty basic.
Wait, is that the Fullmetal Alchemist Edward Elric and the Shield Hero? Okay, I don't think that's the Shield Hero. Yeah, dude, I think I have that. I think I have that Edward Elric figure. I might have to burn it now.
You're literally.
That's Roy. Oh, that's Roy Mustang. Oh, I have to burn that one too. Oh well, we're cooked.
Wake up.
Is that because like the Heckin Ishvalans are Palestinians?
Wake up.
I have no idea.
Wake up, Ethan.
I'm not gonna do a React content.
They're Fortnite dancing.
Dude, that would have gone like really hard in 2017. Dude, it's crazy how they didn't manage to get a single likable person for this. Like every single person I see here is like the most punchable fucking face I've ever seen in my life. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, what they should have gotten Harry Sisson in here.
Dude, that woman, dude, I get like it's the fucking like religious garb or whatever, but like the way it's framed, she looks like a balloon under a cloak, bro. It's like a balloon put through a napkin over.
Dude, Frogan's not even putting her heart into the dance. To be fair, like if she does, she'll knock over all of Hassan's like belongings.
Earthquake.
Yeah, high budget by the way. Couldn't even like. Okay, wait. Watch it. Couldn't even like edit out the like background,
well, the
white.
Was to be ironic.
Yeah, it's ironically
like,
bad.
Hummus is what Muslims are, which is pretty cool, you know.
Okay, you know what? They need we need like 3,000% tariffs on all podcast equipment right now.
Dude, what do you think? What do you think the average IQ in that room was? Because, you know, just going off of like graphics alone, dude, like it couldn't be above 90.
Denims is only like the quote unquote most popular political female Twitch streamer because she's like a woman and decently attractive. I don't know, like honestly, iDubbbz has been on Galaxy Gas for at least a year. I don't know. Is 85 being like too mean?
It's pretty accurate. I don't know.
Yeah,
he's not one of our top minds.
Yeah. Is Hassan Piker the most intelligent person in this room?
No, dude, no way.
I mean, what's the competition?
I don't know, dude. Maybe I don't know. Maybe the black guy. I don't know. Probably smart enough to steal their wallets while he was there.
Okay, all right. That's 3. He's taking it off. He's already taking it off.
All right. I didn't plan on making a content cop on H3. It sounds very stupid even saying that. H3 content cop, iDubbbz. Ethan Klein's out of control. And then you should do a content cop on Hassan Piker. Content cop on Sargon of Akkad. If I would imagine this,
Sargon mentioned.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it's literally internet stuck culture.
I know, bro. Like all massive names like 8 years ago. That's pretty cool. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, no, he doesn't even go by Sargon of Akkad anymore. He's like an actual like guy now. He's a flesh tuber.
If I ever do that,
he's a fake cell. He's a normie.
Lose the plot. Well, it turns out it's not me losing the plot. It's Ethan. He's the one who fucking attacked first.
My friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up.
So go fuck yourself.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's not that. Okay, as somebody, I include the whole clip. And like that is like out of context, right? This is just.
I agree.
Like, have you talked about Froggy Tonic? Can you address that?
All right, guys, I'm going to tell you a story about Ethan Klein. I know some of you have been following him, but there's a lot of people who might not be familiar with the background, with his podcast, with what's been going on over the past couple of years. So Ethan, as you know, is a content creator who has a podcast where he says all sorts of outrageous stuff.
He's very controversial.
He's had shows.
Is he not even gonna acknowledge that they were friends? Or is
I
that
don't know,
like,
dude? And the other thing about this is like Ethan is like the Ben Shapiro of leftist podcasts. Like he's not particularly fucking controversial or extreme or anything. Like I don't like the guy, but to pretend he's like a fucking mass terrorist or something is kind of absurd.
I mean, he did call for like a. I'm not sure how to put. He did have to get like put in timeout for YouTube for calling for some NRA convention to be I'll let you
typical lefty activity. Yeah, that's pretty moderate for the left, actually. Just pretty narrow in scope.
Yeah, to be fair, it was in 2022, so they weren't. I think June of 2022. So
back when they liked each other, right?
Yeah.
Different controversial characters. He's had a show with Trisha Paytas. He's had a show with Hassan Piker. In doing so, he's gathered a ton of different audiences. Now, in his podcast with Hassan, Leftovers, they would mostly talk about surface level progressive shit and make fun of right-wingers.
And you're telling me he didn't flick their dick once at least?
Oh, that's 100 shavers. You trans women. I say, oh no!
And it was mostly that.
That's really intelligent. Yeah. Dirty. That's pretty cool.
Reckon with a very serious topic. I would say that Hassan was very well equipped to talk about.
One unfortunate time to have your like head and his eyebrows are still there, but it's like when you're actually getting into the thick of it with your co-host.
Right.
And
by the way, Hassan Piker isn't particularly well equipped to do much of anything. Much less debate, extravagant geopolitics.
No, yeah, basically what he does is just like send the horde after you.
Yeah.
Dude, Hassan Piker, it's like a car in Left 4 Dead 2 that has the alarm on, right? You hit it.
He wields an army of 6 guerrillion angry Muslims that will go after you everywhere across the globe. They'll hunt you down.
Exactly.
You gotta be careful, man.
Palestinian people living in the West Bank are subject to these horrific living conditions by the state of Israel, America's greatest ally and the only democracy in the Middle East, if you ask Republicans and even liberals.
Well, the fancy invented with stuff.
Israeli settlers are trying to evict Palestinian families in occupied East Jerusalem. The United Nations says that may be a war crime. It literally is.
I was just eating the toppings, and the pizza looked like a burn victim. It was all disgusting.
I don't know if you can make that joke in 2021.
Why?
It's insensitive to burn victims.
I think it's a good analogy. It's a powerful image.
Ethan.
Pause this here. Hold on. So is the critique of Ethan Klein that he hasn't spent every waking moment of his life over the past 5 years talking about the plight of the Palestinian people?
Is it? Wouldn't you say this is literally like a Douglas Murray type argument?
It's fucking, dude, this is the most moronic shit I've ever heard.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, H3H3 was entertaining people. No, like,
how dare he?
Yeah, I know, right? He's not doom
You're not allowed to be
scrolling,
funny, dude. You should be talking about Palestinian Muslims. That's what everyone in the world wants to hear about all the time.
Exactly.
Ethan, the whole time, is more of the goof guy. And that's fine, we don't expect Ethan to be an expert on the topic. Ethan was obviously caught.
iDubbbz, do you want me? Okay.
Thing.
Yeah, I know. Okay, let's go through iDubbbz videos. Okay. Yeah. Let's go through his most. Okay. Let's see his oldest videos. Kickstarter crap. Yeah, like imagine I just like, if I'm trying to like critique iDubbbz nowadays, and I pull up like the Slenderman Gangnam Style. Right?
He's not serious, guys.
He's not
Is this
serious.
Really who you're taking your political advice from?
Yeah, then like if we go to latest, let's see. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he got like overtly political and 100% women. That's talking about like the transgender in sports and all that. And then Your Body, My Birth Vessel. You know, about the whole like Your Body, My Choice sort of like meme. Excellent meme, Mr. I haven't even watched that, but like just hovering over that, you can see immediately Fox News.
I'm sure it's really clever and biting.
Yeah, this pot calling the kettle black. You and H3H3 basically did the same thing, but now you're
which
like,
makes sense, by the way.
If anything,
they were kind of pretty close.
Yeah, if anything, H3H3 kind of transitioned over to leftist politics before iDubbbz did.
True.
This tricky situation where he is extremely sympathetic to the Israeli cause and what's happening to them. His wife's Israeli. She served in the IDF. He obviously likes the state of Israel. On the other hand, he
does not mention how H3H3 himself has said Benjamin Netanyahu is a war criminal. Benjamin Netanyahu, who is currently the prime minister of Israel. He has called the prime minister a war criminal, which obviously just because you don't like the leader doesn't mean you're not loyal to the nation.
Country, right?
Yeah, but
he's like, undyingly, approving, just unwaveringly supportive of the Israelis. It's kind of retarded.
Yeah.
He's just got done capturing a massive progressive audience who are very politically savvy. They follow Hassan.
Very politically savvy. They follow Hassan Piker.
Those two sentences are not compatible. Those two things cannot coexist. We have a bunch of really great quantum physicists here. They're all profoundly retarded. They don't work together. You can't do that.
Yeah, that's like that one like Instagram like activist that'll like repost NBC and CNN to her story.
The most fair and honest news sources ever. MSNBC, dude. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Hassan is strictly a political streamer, so this is something they're very keyed into. So when they see Ethan say things that are just like not accurate and it's just propaganda.
When they see things that Ethan says that burst their bubble and their echo chamber.
If he disagrees with them.
Yeah.
Dude.
They're going to call it out.
From the river to the sea essentially means the state of Israel is going bye-bye.
So this massive progressive...
So notice how
that's a true statement, by the way.
He just puts the clip in there and doesn't debunk it.
Yeah, like that is accurate.
Yeah, like
just geographically, that's where the state of Israel is.
Yeah, like say like going bye-bye is very like, don't get me demonetized YouTube language, but it's just like
right.
Like, if you're gonna say Ethan Klein is just spewing propaganda and not being accurate, I don't know, debunk it yourself, or put like Hassan Piker's rebuttal in there.
I don't know, man. Like, it's so lazy. It's so lazy. Like, you have to think really, really lowly of the audience to just include a clip, not address the clip, not address the claims, not say, hey, this is why this is wrong, but just like say, you should not like this guy, play a clip of that guy, and refuse to elaborate further. Like, that's really, really lazy video making, you know?
Yeah, you know what, Chad? Just because this video is so bad, all right? If I get $200 in super chats this stream, I will join the IDF.
He will. It's in the contract.
Yeah, and I will have body cams. Don't worry.
It'll be big. Dude,
for the content.
No, dude, you join the army. We'll fight together. It'll be peak, dude. Oh my god.
That Ethan has, adopted over the years, they're becoming increasingly critical of his position because now he's talking about it not on Leftovers. He's now talking about it on his podcast.
What I want to do is show you guys how I see Israel, because you don't see that. When you listen to Hassan and you hear all these fucking mega lefties talking about it like it's some super racist, crazy, like Jim Crow style of society. Like, I can't wait to show you guys.
The other day, BB fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about.
So Ethan is having...
Wait, okay. What was the text put on?
A really good guy that a lot of people are pissed.
The really good guy in question.
We didn't even mention the guy.
Yeah.
Maybe it comes later, but I don't know, dude.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is just like, he probably took these clips from somebody else, and this is like
sure.
This is the edits from somebody else on top of the video, and he's even putting that out of context. Like, this was a rush job.
This back and forth with his liberal audience, leftist people online, progressive content creators, Hassan, all of these different people. He's finding new people every day, basically, to get in fights with.
Of all people, this guy, Matt Lieb, Frogan and Denims and all these dipshits, and everybody thinks this guy's awesome, apparently. Even though he looks like Millhouse, fucking dork. Denims.
Holy shit, Ethan is based, dude.
Evil, hateful fucking... And I'll say it and I'll double down on it. And people... Oh, no? Did I not go there?
And it's all culminated...
We have all the same enemies.
in Ethan burning bridges with people until he burned the bridge with me. Since Ethan and Hassan's falling out, I've been keeping to myself mostly. I don't have many nice things to say. Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help, maybe if he stops harassing other creators, maybe if he does these things, eventually he'll find peace and we can like rekindle our friendship. So that's been my approach. I've occasionally thrown a joke Ethan's way in the form of Hassan Piker versus Ethan Klein for boxing.
I like iDubbbz. He's a good guy, but I don't like this stupid. It's not
okay. That
petty beef.
That was February 2025. Which by the way, I'm 100% certain iDubbbz just posted this to remind people that there is going to be a Creator Clash 3. Right?
Of course.
Like he'll literally just post this just to like, you know, like I'm pretty sure he did this with Denims too. It's like these aren't actually happening, but remember. I don't know. Yeah.
It's like this guy is evil and he's doing anti-Semitism, and also he's way out of my weight class.
He didn't like that, but fucking sometimes you gotta just throw something out there.
To promote your boxing event.
Oh, that's classy.
This video editor named Froggy Tonic.
Okay.
Discovered him because he was...
Okay. Look at the mutual Funyun followed by onion person. Arcade. Bro, like, okay, if you don't...
people does he follow, bro?
Yeah, bro. I don't know. I like that profile picture. Literally, just like the biggest like pro trans account.
Yeah, no, dude. You know the guy's a massive gooner.
Yeah, exactly.
That I was in, and one of those circles is an H3 fan. He watched Ethan's content. He liked Ethan's content until he didn't like Ethan's content.
Oh wait. Hold up. Brett is like I don't know who Brett is. Mentally and physically good luck Abe. Okay, I'm assuming that's like. I'm assuming Brett is like in the H3 crew. Shout out Dan from H3 Podcast for noticing Lil Alfredo cam. Here's another H3 watch along of Creator Clash this year.
Ethan's content, he liked.
And then this is Okay, I remember in 2023 when H3 was debating Pearly things. I saw so many tweets completely glazing H3. It's like, oh, he's coming back because he was like debating like the like bottom of the barrel red pill people. Like,
of course,
yeah,
the easiest targets.
Yeah, he owned Pearly thing, which literally is just like get
owning
her.
The cons.
Yeah, yeah, which like literally all you have to do is like to like defeat Pearly things. Literally, just like let her talk into a circle. Just like the more you let her talk, the more you win.
Or use a fisheye lens. Okay.
Content until he didn't like Ethan's.
Ooh, okay, May 14, 2024. Okay, so this is after the Israel-Palestine October 7th event. What I saw is that Ethan's very much prone to anxiety and stress, and having loads of people on his head was a lot. He didn't leave the room for self-questioning instead of going in instant defense mode because it challenged too much of his belief/experience.
Content. There would be an occasional Froggy tweet where I'd be like, I agree with that, you know? Like, I'm not going to endorse it. I'm not going to retweet it or like it. But fair enough.
I guess I just missed my old friend. Some wings are too bird feathered colored.
Now that brings us to February 28th of this year. Now, my former editor of a year and a half ago did say some truly mean shit. He called Hila the C word.
Okay. So yeah, so you're saying like this is basically just admitting, oh yeah, H3 is kind of justified in being a little mad at me, right?
Let me guess. He's gonna go on to kind of like just, ignore all that, right? And pretend that this person did nothing wrong for the rest of the video. After, like, slightly touching on it.
Kill their dog with cheddar cheese and a bunch of other shit, I'm sure. Ethan, at some point, discovers that iDubbbz's former editor says this horrendous shit about him and Hila. But no one's asking the question, where does Ethan get this information from? You see, it would be very obviously a problem.
What the fuck does it matter, dude?
Dude, this is horrible.
This is fucking moronic.
How are you gonna turn this on him, bro? It's like, just like, it's like
you killed my dog. Yeah, well, who told you I killed your dog, huh? You ever consider that one?
Dude, imagine the text conversation from between H3 and iDubbbz. Like H3 is like, bro, your former editor is like really pissing me off. Can you please just correct the record? I didn't kill my dog. And iDubbbz is like, who told you that? Some chud? How did you figure that out?
Incel was trying to get at you.
How did you figure that out? Fox News.
The chuds want you to deny killing your dog. That's what they want.
Yeah. Death Takes in chat says, if H3 smears mayonnaise on his face, I'll accept him. Nathan 703 says, I like how iDubbbz isn't even wearing the content cop uniform.
His head is shaped like a light bulb, bro.
You're so right, bro.
Ethan was discovering this content by
there's so many Hitler salutes in this shit.
Looking for something to upset himself with. He has maybe set it up in such a
if he's scrolling through the comments of his own posts, I would understand being unsettled by this.
Twitter.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Yeah. Dog, okay, you think the Groypers are bad, man. Bro, is this Hassan's audience?
To upset he has maybe set it up in such a way where his employees feel the need to send him this information. And that would be horrible. They shouldn't be doing that. They should
I guess that's a good point.
Be sending you things that are entertaining.
I don't know. What?
That don't fucking trigger the hell out of you. Why is there so much work being put into discovering this guy on Twitter who's barely getting any interactions, linking him to me and posting on the Reddit, when there's no work being put into who the fuck is the person on the Reddit who's posting this in the first place? If you do
because who cares?
Yeah, dude, they didn't link him to you. He was linked to you in that you paid him money for services.
Yeah.
And you maintained a cordial and professional relationship with him, and you are still following him on Zitter to this day.
Yeah, like I'm assuming, right, for people to know that Froggy Tonic edited for iDubbbz, Froggy Tonic was like linked or like credited in the description of a few videos.
Yeah, like you can't like make your bed and then get upset when you lie in it.
Yeah, exactly. I think I thought it would be safe to assume. Yeah, iDubbbz would probably side with H3 over some glup shitto editor. But no, he literally sided with some editor he hasn't worked with in over a year to spite him, mostly for, probably for Hassan Piker's sake. But
just because he said you raped your dog doesn't mean anything. You should eat it.
Bruh.
A little bit of research, it seems like it's an account whose intention is to make Ethan crash out. One of the users on the Snark Reddit points this out. They're like, I've seen this account before. This account has scraped its history, and it's now trying to make Ethan burn bridges. This is within Ethan's own community. Like, this is the thing that he needs to be critical of. It's
okay, so are you gonna like put actual examples, or are you just gonna put like some other guy on Reddit talking about this dude on Reddit?
Source.
Yeah, exactly.
He's literally shooting the messenger, dude. He's literally shooting the messenger.
You can literally just open up the user page and go through their posts and then screenshot them, put them in the video so we can see for ourselves what other posts is this guy making that would support your evidence. Editing is a great thing, iDubbbz.
Not me. So yes, I am willing to admit that my former editor was being very nasty, uncharitable, and fucked up towards Ethan and Hila on Twitter. But Ethan and Hila are doing the same shit on their podcast. So I don't want
that butt carries a lot of weight there.
Terrorist supporter.
The CEO of Twitch.
Pedophile.
Now I'm going to watch.
Huh?
Okay. He wasn't wrong in either of those, by the way.
Okay.
Hassan Piker literally said that America deserved 9/11.
Yeah,
and he said worse, by the way, like much worse. I made a video about it. You can check it out.
My goodness, dude.
CEO of Twitch.
Okay. So
pedophile.
So Ethan Klein is calling the CEO of Twitch a PDF file. But which I don't know. It's like thing is, right? I'm assuming iDubbbz is not like personal friends with the CEO of Twitch. The reason people care about Froggy Tonic is because of iDubbbz's relationship with H3H3 going back at least 8 years, I think.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Watch and respond to the 2 podcast streams where Ethan and Hila call us spineless cowards.
Banjo-Kazooie music in the background, by the way.
See that she kills kids, that she went on she's a IDF baby killer, all this types of shit. And that's showing up right up on us Nisa's and iDubbbz's feed. My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
You don't know what's on my feed. What the fuck is happening? For all you know, I only use the For You tab. For all you know, I only use lists. For all you know, I'm seeing these things tweeted out by my editor of a year and a half ago and saying, God, that is nasty. I'm just not gonna throw someone away because they're having a parasocial weird moment. Just like I'm not gonna throw Ethan Klein away because he's having a parasocial weird crash out.
How many women I fucked? Hassan, by the way, thousands. Yeah, thousands. Let me ask Galia.
I mean, H3H3 is crashing out, I will say.
Oh my God. Hassan's the type of dude who watches himself.
Leftists perpetually do.
Watching me on a 30-second delay on your stream.
Wait, how does he know I'm watching already?
Because you've been talking about it for the last...
This was a funny... I included that clip in my video. That was a funny clip.
Petty beef. It's like, this guy is evil and he's doing anti-Semitism. These shoes do not go. I'm sorry.
By the way, you can tell just by how low resolution these clips are. They got these from Twitter.
It's like, this guy is evil and he's doing anti-Semitism.
You want to do actual research?
Yeah, exactly.
There are many people, I'm sure, who have unfollowed you for the things that you've said and done. And I'm sure there are even more people who have stayed following you because they don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. They don't want to throw...
Okay, we got a super chat from Book Eater Story. Please correct me if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly.
Story Eater.
Story Eater, yeah. It did cut off until I clicked on the super chat. Hello, fellow Griga. God bless you. I hope you are well. I'm a builder of dolls for fun. I don't sell them. I plan on making low-cost Android waifus. You should probably talk to Elon Musk about that. He seems interested.
Send me a few of those. Send me a few of those. Yeah. I could make use of that.
Yeah, shout out Book Eater. Thank you so much for the 5 Canadian.
I hope your business does very well.
Yes.
By the way, I like that iDubbbz doesn't even entertain the idea that people could be following Ethan because they agree with him. Like the fucking ego on this guy, dude.
Yeah. But before the super chat for Book Eater, we'll be looking at your career with great interest, or whatever Palpatine said.
Throw someone away because they've had some hard moments. We're all fucking human.
My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
And what you're...
So, okay. All iDubbbz had to do to prevent that was literally just say, hey, Ethan Klein, I've known him for years. He did not, as far as I'm aware, he did not kill his dog. His house is in good shape.
Yeah. The context of that clip, from literally what was played a minute before, right, is that there were allegations that his wife had committed war crimes.
Exactly.
In like the Middle East and shit. And like obviously those are absurd statements, but you know, to pretend that if it was taken seriously that wouldn't upset a guy is kind of like I understand that iDubbbz is kind of willing to let anyone say anything about his wife, who is a notorious whore, and not get upset over it at all. But maybe not everyone plays by those rules. Some people might actually, you know, have a backbone. I don't know. I feel so weird defending Ethan Klein. It's a strange feeling.
It is, right? But it's like, like thing is, this is a personal thing, right?
It is, yeah. Like it's not even a political issue.
I feel like if you defend iDubbbz in this situation, it says something about you. Like, why would I want to be friends with you?
They're just not very good people.
Yeah, exactly.
Me is that I'm a bad friend and I'm a piece of shit. I'm spineless. I'm cowardly.
True.
I am following someone on Twitter.
Because they have mobilized such an insane harassment group. It's not bad enough that I have this group of people harassing me and everyone in my life. It's that people outside of this group, journalists, creators, are actively participating in this gaslighting to make it seem like I'm fucking crazy.
I mean, I don't know what he's getting at here. Like, yeah, people are gaslighting you. A lot of people gaslit me when I apologized. That was actually like the #1 type of harassment I got, was people gaslighting me and taking my newfound woke ideology to its extreme.
I probably done and stood by.
Okay. Dude, low-key, I was expecting him to like play one of my videos on the screen.
More than anybody. I've stood by them when all the internet hated them.
I don't like that Ethan brought this up because it makes the relationship feel very transactional. Like, you know, we're just meant to support each other online despite our own personal morals or principles.
But I'll say
this would never be transactional. Okay.
Yeah. A moral and principle also includes loyalty. Which...
Yeah. You know, I also like that like he's talking about gaslighting and how, you know, for like Ethan Klein, you shouldn't be concerned about gaslighting. And he's using the logic that if it happened to me, it should happen to you too. You know? Which is just like that's cartoon villain logic, dude. You should have learned that wasn't good logic when you watched Pixar movies as a child.
Yeah, does iDubbbz genuinely think that Hassan Piker cares about him? Like what if your relationship between H3 and you were transactional, then what about Hassan?
Well, you know, they cuddle in bed sometimes, and you know, they have fun.
They're fucking any friends of mine.
They're fucking.
Certainly they're any fucking friends of mine based on the text conversation I had with them too before I even talked about it. So I have nothing. I don't need any fucking halfway friends, man.
I thought the text conversation that I had with him was...
Is he gonna leak the DMs?
Pathetic. I basically just said, like, I know you and Hila are experiencing a ton of harassment, and I essentially empathize with that, and I think there's something positive to get out of the conversation. But he refused to talk on the phone unless I was willing to publicly say something about my former editor and denims. As much as you don't want halfway friends...
Okay, like, at this point, literally just drop the DMs.
Yeah.
Like,
I kind of call bullshit. Like,
yeah.
Dude, I feel like Ethan, like, and again, you know, I'm not always the greatest judge of moral character, but I feel like Ethan might not go out there and, you know, say that, like, based off the DMs, I get the impression that this guy isn't a good friend. If the DMs were literally just like, I completely understand where you're coming from, it's really awful that these things are happening to you. Like, that'd be a weird reaction to have.
Yeah.
Especially knowing that, you know, the other party has access to those DMs as well.
Yeah, also refusing to talk on the phone, without this is like, oh, hey, before we talk on the phone, I need a statement publicly. It's like, what?
That's weird, yeah.
I also don't want that kind of halfway friend. I don't want someone who's going to give me like an ultimatum to have a conversation.
Could you not say something when this is like, imagine like one of you guys is like, Hassan actually wants to go to Gaza so he can strangle Israeli babies or some shit like that. I'd be like, you imagine me not saying something.
You're trying to make a one-to-one comparison where there isn't one. This guy that I follow on Twitter is not in the same relationship
and employed.
And one of your current employees who is streaming with you 3 days a week, 3 hours a day for the past 10 years. At one point during the stream, Ethan and Hila bring up Adam McIntyre. Now, Adam does basically the same thing as my former editor. He's critical of Ethan and Hila, and he is sometimes uncharitable and nasty towards them.
Adam McIntyre needs.
I feel like every time I've seen an Adam McIntyre tweet on my timeline, it's been against my will.
To just like disappear. That guy is a piece of shit, like of the lowest order. I never even stood by him when he talked bad about Trisha having a kid and called him like the spawn of Satan. He was supposedly on our side. I would never even co-sign that. I was disgusted by that statement too. I remember when he called her kid the spawn of Satan.
I never said anything.
I'm gonna be real. Like from the from these podcast clips I'm seeing, the H3H3 show just seems to be a lot of like. I don't know, a lot of like complaining about other people. You know,
well,
just
leftists don't know how to do much else, you know? That's what they make their money off of.
Exactly. It's just like, I don't, this does not seem entertaining.
And I was supposed to be like cheering on, but I wasn't going to cheer that on. That's disgusting.
Why do you forget that he called her children, which is something we would never do, the spawn of Satan?
It's disgusting. He's
And
a
I
piece
mean,
of shit of a human.
It's just incredible who ends up being the good guys in this story. You know, it's really something.
Unfortunately, they never made a statement. They never said that they disagree with his statements about Trisha's baby until it's useful. Like, what is it, 3 years later? Like, I mean, you're talking...
The difference is, was there any sort of association between H3H3 and Adam McIntyre? And also, like, did anybody post it to like the H3H3 Reddit saying, "Oh, Adam McIntyre, base"? You know, it was like,
right.
The items does not understand context, I guess.
Can I say two things at this point?
Go for it.
I think first off, the first 5 minutes of this video, I think, were edited by a different person than the rest.
You know what?
The rest of what we've seen so far.
You know what? Yeah, this is probably edited by Anissa. Or maybe Uncle Dane.
Yeah. And number two, I don't know if I'm the only one like getting this, but to me, this has all been incredibly fucking boring so far.
Yeah, this is literally just like petty personal
This
stuff.
isn't engaging content. It's just him like reading off a list of, "This is why I don't like you. You're not invited to my birthday party anymore."
Yeah. This is like your average like bread tube call out.
It's so boring. Like, dude, call the guy a slur. Grow some fucking balls. Holy shit.
We're gonna do 1.25.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
At the time, and that there was some amount of pressure or enthusiasm for you to get down with that. And what it sounds like to me is that you did see it at the time, and you were like, "Ooh, I don't like that," and you didn't endorse it, and you didn't fuck with it. Huh? It's almost like that is a fucking identical situation to me.
It's just incredible who
I literally just described how it's not the context is not identical.
good guys in this story. You know, it's really something.
So yeah, the reason I'm bringing this up is because they're trying to like paint themselves as the good guys, and they're saying like, "Yeah, we strongly disavow things that are said, even about our enemies. We are the most immoral people on the internet." Unlike Ian and Anissa, who are fucking keeping to themselves. Also, why the fuck does Olivia get the pass?
What a fucking asshole for putting you in that position, Olivia. You're friends with him. And you don't have to say anything, but like, what a fucking piece of shit. What a bad friend to put you in that position just for some fucking clout. It gets people angry at you, like, "Oh, how can she be friends with him?" Which is total bullshit, okay? Olivia did not do anything. And
I want the pass.
Okay, so, okay, I don't know who this Olivia person is. So, was Olivia friends with like Adam McIntyre or Froggy Tom? I don't know. Like, there's not enough context here. You're like, the video is already over an hour long. If you really just, this is bad.
It's crazy. We've been watching for 20 minutes so far, and you said literally nothing.
Yeah, like, so okay. Here's a cool thing about editing, right? When H3H3 says he, a pronoun. Right, you can just edit the text over of the name the pronoun is referring to.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's incredible. You should try doing that at some point. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I know, right? If you're not going to include the like name that he says in the clip. Also, this is a funny screen. This is screenshot material right here.
Someone jack that right there.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm screenshotting it right now.
Screenshotting it. Beautiful.
Yep. All right.
There we go. We're back.
Do I have to be an employee to get that treatment? Because then you'll just see me as an ally? Or is it because Ethan is afraid of wrongful termination accusations and lawsuits?
And also, I don't mind putting my friend Olivia, who's apparently my...
I think Ethan probably should be afraid of wrongful termination lawsuits.
Yep. If you're running a business, it's probably something you should worry about.
Yeah, like...
Real friend.
What, are you afraid of getting sued? You afraid of losing everything you've worked so hard for?
I know, it's like... Oh, man.
What are you, chicken?
You're scared of the law?
Weird, fucking uncomfortable situation where you end up getting hate for no reason.
Also, don't frame it as like other people making it hard on Olivia. You're making it hard on all of these people. Please acknowledge your role in this whole fucking thing. Like, it's crazy how warm Ethan is to Olivia and saying how Olivia is essentially just a victim in this whole thing.
It gets people angry at you, like, oh, how can she be friends with him? Which is total bullshit.
But me and Anissa are spineless. Ethan, your whole system is scrambled. My intention isn't to throw the employees under the bus. Like, you guys serve as the fucking foundation for calling out Ethan's hypocrisy on the whole subject. And I know that you guys have probably pushed back against Ethan over the years. How often are you supposed to do that? Do you have to do that every fucking week? It kind of seems like it. And that's exhausting. I don't want to confront my boss. It's not my fucking job to confront my boss and say, today's segment on rapists and pedophiles on Twitch was not my favorite segment.
You know, that right there, that's actually why he's refused to divorce Anissa. Anissa, you've got to stop raping people. It's become a problem.
I do get what he's saying in a vacuum, right? Like you can say like the power dynamic of the host of the show is also like your boss, right? Where I guess in like a traditional TV structure, right? The boss is probably like doing cocaine somewhere, making other decisions, and like you have a producer
Which is
overseeing.
base, by the way, it's pretty base.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Cocaine's badass.
Yeah. Yeah, my millionaire friend told me is like he's not funding the channel. He's from Israel, by the way.
My friend. Cocaine? I don't know anything about that. My friend knows it though.
Yeah. My Israeli Jewish billionaire friend.
Manic. For those of you who don't know, I have a conspiracy theory that Manic is actually an Israeli billionaire who's made all of his money off of smuggling cocaine out of the Gaza Strip. He's plundered it from the Gaza Strip, and he's smuggling it to cartels in Mexico. We've got to expose him, guys. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
Anissa and Ian. Thanks, Anissa, for standing up for your...
Okay, basically, he described cocaine as a business investment, right?
Which is, like, incredible.
Yeah, exactly.
It is.
I actually stood up for you so many times, because, like, why would I not? It was crazy.
Yeah, why would you not? I mean, if that's truly what you believed and you weren't just going to use it later.
Of course I was going to stand by you. That's insane. It's absolutely insane and disgusting. But now you choose to hang out with people that would have a problem with you if you defended me.
I'm not going to assume that Hila knows, but I'll say it for anyone who doesn't know. Anissa is half Lebanese and half Irish. For anyone unfamiliar, the Irish have been on the receiving end of a lot of oppression and genocide. On the part of the Lebanese, they've received a lot of oppression and attacks from the IDF. So Anissa is...
My girlfriend is black, so I make her do yard work. The fuck is this logic, bro? She has to stick by her blood.
Well, yeah, which by the way, right? This whole racial element, right, was not an issue when iDubbbz and H3H3 were friends. But now it is.
This is the exact logic that FDR used to intern the Japanese during World War II, bro. It's fucking moronic.
With the propaganda and the shit coming out of Israel. Choosing now, out of all the times, to be like, please defend me. No, we're not going to fucking defend you.
Rudy was saying that Palestinians are taught at 2 years old to kill Americans. Do we have that one?
Like, just the other day, BB fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about.
He looked mean. I thought he was mean.
Okay, this is the really good guy. Israel warns can send Lebanon back to Stone Age as UN seeks de-escalation. Gallon says Israel can inflict massive damage as UN humanitarian chief says war would be potentially This makes it so funny how iDubbbz said the Irish were like at the hands of like oppression And all that is like, it's like that has nothing to do with this conflict, bro.
Who's really running things? The Irish.
We're not gonna run to your defense when I don't know. We follow people. We be following. That's one fucked up thing that you can say about Anissa and I is when we're on Twitter, we do be following.
By the way, another funny thing about like the whole blood thing he did. He's saying like, well, she's half Irish and half Lebanese, and these guys have endured a lot of hardship, a lot of genocide, a lot of trouble over their people's history. Unlike your Jewish wife, the Jews have famously never faced any struggles in their people's history. And you can't even argue it's like a modern, like, how the country is like in the current day thing either, because like Ireland isn't being they're not in a civil war right now. They're doing all right.
I don't know. Like, 2 years ago there were riots, and Conor McGregor might become their prime minister.
They are under attack by the Islamic Caliphate, but other than that, they're pretty peaceful.
Okay. Kite and Chaz, my top guy. Okay, go to Nicholas Diorio's Twitter and find the screenshot of Anissa in Discord talking about her genetic makeup. Right?
It's stat.
Yeah. Find it, send it to me on Discord. Because it's not as simple as Ida's making out to be. It's
okay.
Okay, if you want to hang out with those people and have no spine and not stand up for another girl that stood up for you.
Henchmen, fetch me Discord screenshots.
Yeah,
which I'll show.
friends with
Denim
them
is
and-
On it, sir, on it.
Detective service lie.
Yeah,
Which I'll
and if
show you
you're
guys
friends
in a
with
minute.
them, then you're seeing what they're saying.
You'll notice that Ethan and Neela start talking about this Denham's character. Originally, the complaint was about my former editor. He's been
Denims could probably get a content cop on her own because do you remember? This is like maybe a year ago. She put out a hit, like an ad for a hitman, right, on Grums, a literal like
Grums.
Yeah, I know, right? He's literally just like a Twitter poster. like his claim to fame is like calling games woke and that he worked for Blizzard like a decade ago. That's
dude. I would love, dude. Can somebody please put a hit out on me, dude? I would be, dude. If I get killed for what I say on YouTube, I would be a legend. Are you kidding me? Someone do that, please.
Yeah, you're gonna end up like Aaron Bushnell, bro.
Dude, Aaron Bushnell, you guys don't know this because the media lied. He actually set himself on fire to protest Disney turning the Little Mermaid black.
Truth.
That was the actual reasoning behind it all.
Okay. All right, everybody, congratulate Chaz because he actually did it. So, I'm actually like 50% Irish. Ramada said I peed on myself in the shower. This is all in like 2017. This is extremely low quality. Anissa at the bottom here, 25% Italian and only 8 Arab. Only 8% Arab.
Well.
Yeah, and I feel like 8% is way too specific to not be from a 23andMe type thing.
Yeah. So, technically she's 25% fascist. I'd like to point that out.
Mussolini. Okay.
chatting shit about Ethan and Hila for the past year at least. They only care about it now because I guess it was spoon-fed to them via their Reddit that's clearly looking out for them. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, we are friends with Denims, but I would say it's the same level of friendship that we had with Ethan and Hila. It's like kind of an internet friendship. We think she's a good person like we think Ethan and Hila are good people. Kind of a
dog.
Dude, this level of spinelessness is extraordinary.
Like I don't remember Denims being on any iDubbbz videos or streams, right? Neon LF Graves for $2 Glup Shitto coin says the first one to delete tax brass gets $1.
Yes, bro. Yo, someone bring up that bounty.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, everybody send in the chats.
Every super chat that is put into the stream will go towards the tax brass bounty, and if you kill me in real life, you will get all of it. So you know.
Okay. Okay, I was gonna apologize. I did kind of feel bad for calling whatever currency that is glup shitto coin, but if you're doing a bounty, then frankly,
I think it's the euro.
Yeah.
That is a pretty apt description for the euro, actually.
Tricky.
Yeah, but like the thing. Okay, here's the thing. The reason the H3H3 subreddit focused on this one interaction between a former editor of yours, iDubbbz, it's because you appeared on camera with H3H3 a lot. Especially going back way back when to
You guys
2016.
were kind of close.
Sure, you were like only kind of obviously I get it's for a camera, but you were in front of the camera together. And you have a I would say pretty like especially back then, you two were a package deal somewhat. You were together. You had a lot of audience overlap, unlike with Denims. Kite and Chaz for $2 says, "Does this go to the Manic joins IDF or Hit Fund?" It can go to both.
The IDF training will actually be used to assassinate me. So it's like a dual use sort of deal.
Yeah. See, well, all Tax Brass has to do is just I don't know, piss off Benji Netanyahu.
Situation. How can you possibly think that they're both good people at their core? People can have crash out moments. People can say things that they don't mean. People can say things because they want internet clout and attention. I don't know. I think they're both probably guilty of saying things that they don't mean for internet clout and attention. Right now, one's a little bit more fucking nasty to me than the other.
I just don't see how you can be my friend and also be friends
I wonder who he's referring to
with someone like that.
Well, you can't. So I already forgot about you.
I actually have a lot of friendships that are kind of that way, where it's one of the friends doesn't fuck with the other friend, but
Andrew Tate
in the middle who kind of fucks with both of them, but separately. Yeah, there's a lot of friendships that are like that. I'm not gonna make you guys meet up and kiss or anything. I get it. You guys are you're either my best friend who's deep throating me to the base of my cock, or you are Satan. You're the devil.
The last thing I said to Anissa, we were texting before I ever talked about it. She's like, "I don't care about this guy. He's a nobody," and blah blah blah. And I said, "Well, then you'll have no problem publicly denouncing it, right?"
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, the conversation ended.
She never.
That guy in chat, which that looks to be a Mega Man. Was it Battle Network profile picture? Very very Kino. Wasn't Denims calling CPS on Ethan? See, yeah,
I think
I don't know.
That was Bad Empanada.
Yeah,
I'm not totally sure.
I don't recall if it was Denims in particular, right? So people from her I wouldn't be surprised if people from her audience did that and Denims was cheering it on. But
the thing about Bad Empanada, right?
Oh yeah.
Is that as opposed to some of these other people, he lives in a third world shithole where he is untouchable by the law. And therefore, can get away with, death threats, all sorts of slander and whatnot. That the other people couldn't be able to get away with.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so he's kind of their attack dog. You see, they've got a whole network. They've got a whole strategy here figured out. It's very complicated, very in depth.
Okay. The thing is, right? If you have one friend actively trying to destroy your other friend's life. You have the power to kind of squash that, right? You could have done something to prevent CPS getting called on H3H3's whole house. You could have done something, Ian.
Replied.
Ethan, you can't even phrase it in a way that doesn't make you sound like you're being coercive and shitty. Well then, you should have no problem publicly denouncing it, right? Does that sound like a friend? It kind of sounds like something a powerful villain would say.
But it was so funny how she immediately went to comment everywhere, on our subreddit. She immediately had to comment oh, he doesn't work with us anymore. But that was it. That's all she said.
But then say that you don't.
Okay.
Agree.
Do you have anything else to say for your friends though?
One of the reasons Anissa.
Yeah, I'd. Dude, Anissa, for some reason, she always pops off the mouth on Twitter, but Reddit especially. Reddit is the reason I know that Anissa saw my video, my short video on her. That's not Ian's editor. That's someone Ian hired before Career Clash 2 who did some editing but isn't working for Ian anymore. It hasn't for a long time.
Quick to clarify things in your Reddit is because your Reddit was already talking about who this editor is, and they were spreading misinformation that it was our co-host on our podcast, Uncle Dane. So yeah, the last thing we wanted is this guy getting pulled into this mess, and you guys don't give a fuck. Would it have been nicer and more supportive to say, we don't agree with the things he's saying and we support Ethan and Hila? Sure. Like, yeah, that would have been a nicer thing to say. Our silence means something. It means that we would like to pause this relationship until you figure your shit out. And then maybe we can...
We'd like to pause this relationship. What?
It doesn't work like yours, dude. You can't just take a break and see other people for a little bit, all right?
It's like, yeah, I want to like...
Has a dynamic going on.
I want to disassociate from you, right, until this war is over.
You also gotta love the double standard he has, by the way, where like he won't hold himself or any of his people accountable for something that like their former editor said, right? Someone they knew pretty well, but he'll hold fucking Ethan accountable for like shit that a random Redditor on his subreddit, said about somebody. Like,
You're so right.
That's kind of an absurd standard to have.
That is an absurd standard. What? Oh my god, we're only 23. We're only 23 minutes in. This is
fine.
And he's been in the same position, by the way. It's literally just like
it's so lazy.
In time, I don't.
He's just ranting to the camera.
In the future, where things are a little bit easier to broach. I don't think we need to do it right now. But you've insisted. You've insisted that this is an important thing to address.
You've insisted.
Perfectly fine with you not blasting me on your Instagram story. I would have been perfectly fine with you not blasting my wife on your podcast twice. I would be fine with you not brigading my comment section on my podcast that gets 3,000 views a week because I prefer to not to do harassment campaigns and instead talk about Vampire's Kiss.
Like they say something.
Well, okay, like to be fair, like his podcast channel, and like everybody's brigaded the podcast channel. Like the Kino Casino has. I don't know. Is this clip proof that H3 specifically called his audience to brigade that like podcast channel? Which that's a self-own, just like admitting your podcast gets like 3,000 views.
Like, it doesn't work for me, and I strongly disagree, and I support Ethan and Hila. The problem is
that she doesn't.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
She actually
thinks they have a point.
That's the problem.
Yeah. So go fuck yourself.
I agree.
Go fuck yourself. What about your girl? This is what I'm talking about. This aggression that you're putting out into the world. What the fuck do you think we're gonna do? You think I'm gonna fucking sit on my hands when you do this shit? Like, this is nasty.
Bro, he's pissed.
Fair response to what you guys were going through. We don't support harassment. It's a bad thing, but it happens, and you're perpetuating it.
You fucking propagandist, lying scumbag, terrorist supporter. He probably sets up a mirror and jerks off watching himself. Dan KKK Clancy has a similar view of Hitler. Because Dan Clancy, the Nazi, fucking anti-Semite.
You can't expect other people to stop harassing you if you continue to harass people. Let's think about it on a micro level. Have you ever been in a comment section and found someone to argue with? It doesn't stop. It can literally go on forever if you don't want to touch grass.
I mean, yeah, this was kind of like a line that happened today.
What? What?
Brilliant comparison.
Yeah, what was that comparison supposed to be?
Don't want to touch grass.
Dude.
I mean, yeah, this was...
Yeah, well, okay, the thing is, Ethan, right, his podcast makes some money for his company. And a comment section, you can't exactly monetize comment sections unless it's like Twitter.
It's kind of like a line, what happened today, that should never be crossed, even by like the most cynical, toxic people. It's going to have ramifications in terms of how I conduct myself, in terms of these fair weather friends who are, so happy to be friends as long as they're getting something out of it.
Ethan, that is a really
he always looks like he's tweaking, bro.
Like you,
I mean, he does.
Yeah.
I think he has Parkinson's. I think that's what that is. Yeah, if he had, the thing is, like, I already had to do all the research for H3, so it's like, that's just how he moves now.
Okay,
it would have been pretty cool if he was just constantly cracking out on meth. That would have been pretty awesome. But guess we can't have nice things.
Yeah, YouTube went woke. Can't do drugs on stream.
Yup.
There's even more fair weather friends of
can you do drugs on stream on Kick?
Probably depends on the type. Like, I feel like you can probably drink, right?
I'd
surely.
assume so.
Yeah.
I'd imagine.
Cigarettes, likely.
Yeah.
Let's not get into this shit, okay? That is so bizarre and insulting to suggest that I was only ever being friends with you to get something out of it. No, I'm friendly with you, and I'd say I'm a light friend because it's been pleasant hanging out with you. I've enjoyed your content over the years, and as of late...
Okay. For clarification, H3 has Tourette's.
It's gotten really fucking shitty.
Yeah. So
Okay. Wait.
Friendly with you, and I'd say I'm a light friend because...
A light friend?
It's been pleasant hanging out with you. I've enjoyed your content over the years, and as of late, it's gotten really fucking shitty.
Yeah. So go.
Okay, so the content has gone downhill. Which, by the way, H3 has not released a video on like the main H3 Productions channel in like 4 years.
Yeah.
Like, hold up. Should I pull up the H3?
I love that logic though. I'm kind of like the Bud Light of friends.
Yeah, like
Dylan Mulvaney would be promoting me.
Yeah, it's mostly like the H3 podcast is what they put most of their effort into. And H3 Productions, here you go. So let's see. So Becoming the Zuck featuring iDubbbz, that was in 2020, and then no videos until content new Hassan Piker.
Yeah, I can almost certainly bet that this production on this started after the Hassan Piker content nuke.
Yeah, that was 2 months ago now.
Yeah, Hassan rallied his troops.
I bet you it happened after this, which this was like Ethan's response to the whole like thing is
Fallout.
right. Yeah, this essentially is like a nuclear fallout video, but it's just like, oh, never mind. It's just like, oh, they call it CPS on my kids. It's like,
right, not great.
I don't know. This was like, obviously it's much easier and lower effort to just churn out podcasts. But I feel like you could have done something with this.
It could have been Kino. It could have been Kino.
I mean, like, to be fair, like the videos probably would have fallen off just like iDubbbz in terms of like, but like, I don't know. I feel like keeping this alive would have been a good idea. Like, have like a video every other month, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, like, still gets viewership. Like, if you were to, put a new one out.
Yeah. Yep. All right, but we got another super chat. Here are some shekels for you to buy stuff in the IDF food court. From I don't even know what kind of currency that is.
I know what kind of currency that is. That is the new Israeli shekel right there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we got an Israeli viewer.
Oh my goodness. I'm not beating the Israel allegations.
Dude, is that your editor? Your Israeli editor? Part of your evil empire to smuggle cocaine?
So okay, he's only my editor for my clips channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he only which he hasn't posted anything in a month, but to be fair, I haven't streamed in a month, so
the coke smuggler's a different guy, right?
Yeah, different guy. Sub. I'm linking this.
Fuck yourself.
Naturally.
I agree.
Who else do we want to burn today?
Who else do we want to burn today? You're making it so fucking obvious that this...
Wait, okay. That guy says Bo Blacks posted a new vid covering the content cop. Yes, Bo Blacks.
We're gonna be here forever.
This is your emotional dumping ground. It's horrible. This is not what podcasts are. There was a way to approach this to say like
okay, like that is true. This is like this is accurate. But we're also like, this is iDubbbz saying this.
Yeah.
So like,
and, this is in the defense of Hassan Piker.
Yeah. Like thing is, like, iDubbbz isn't exactly the most emotionally intelligent person.
He's not the most intelligent person.
By you guys,
some would say he's downright retarded.
Extra thing and attack. Now, in fairness, I am attacking back, but I feel very insulted, and I feel
That's crazy, bro.
I feel like I am speaking up for a lot of people who have problems.
I'm the victim.
A lot of people who have been on the receiving end of your harassment.
It's so easy to be anti-racist. Everybody's anti-racist. Racism is the worst thing in the world, right? We fucking hate racists. Fuck racists.
Microaggressions.
The minute that they actually have to stick their neck out for somebody, the minute they have to actually risk something to put themselves in under scrutiny, to sacrifice something personally to stand up for racism, then all of a sudden it's like, hey, I don't want to get involved.
And that's drama.
How much do you care?
I don't do drama.
How much?
Sorry.
Do you,
Yeah, okay, you know what? The Israeli, the like symbol for the Israeli shekel actually is kind of cool. It looks like something I see out of like Zelda.
Actually care?
Yeah, it looks like the yin yang symbol, kind of.
Yeah, yeah.
I realize that Ethan and Hila are more scared now than they've probably ever been. I feel like anti-Semitism is a thought in their heads now more than ever, and it's not completely unjustified to be thinking about that sometimes. You guys are just hurt, and you're kind of like dancing around and making very like loose, poorly thought out analogies for something that doesn't even apply to us. It's like me making.
Okay, you know what? Calling this a content cop was probably this was not the right idea to go about. You know what? He should call this like content therapy.
Yeah, you know, or I don't know, man. Definitely not.
Content surgeon. I don't know. Like
it doesn't have that same alliteration, you know.
Yeah, I understand. But if this is the route you're gonna go down, if you're gonna have sympathy, right? And which I know what happened. I know something that happens towards the end of this video, but I feel like content therapy would be a better way to go about it. Like if you're, because it kind of shows, oh, you're gonna be like sympathetic to like H3H3.
Video is the standing up for something, and it's saying
the thing is,
you guys are.
I feel like he's really, really obviously trying to be manipulative in like, you know, his handling of everything, but he's just like so comically bad at it that like it's not at all persuasive. It's like, come on, we really care about you, man.
Yeah,
we just want the best for you. I'm all like, you know, shitting on him throughout the entire thing.
Yeah, you're
comically bad.
Okay, hold up. How many views? 3.3 million views on the content nuke Hassan Piker. So, oh my dude, the content cop on H3H3 is getting more views than the content nuke on Hassan.
I think the Hassan one's gonna have better likes though.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. 227,000. There's 247,000. Oh no!
Ooh.
H3 sisters. Ooh. Oh no!
Oh
it's
no!
Over. It's over. It's over.
We might be cooked.
We live in a
Axis
society.
really gonna win? The axis of evil.
You know, I don't think you're bad people, but you're being bad. You're behaving poorly. You're hurting people.
I mean, go back to the civil rights. You think that the people who are like the white kids who are protesting with the black students, you think that they were just like not risking anything? Those kids who are marching with the black students and.
So in Ethan's analogy, he's the black student and I'm the white student, but I'm the white student that's not, you know, marching by his side. I'm not doing the difficult thing. You're gonna have to march on your own, black student.
Marching with the black students and.
I mean, why is it inspiring? Why is it inspiring?
Well, and it's the same thing, to bring it back to the song just because, but it kind of is the same thing. Like, I was thinking about going to Gaza until I found out it's dangerous. He's a total performative activist that doesn't give a single fuck about the cause.
It's been performed exquisitely. Harassing one person and seamlessly transitioning into harassing another one. If anyone's been watching for the past fucking year,
he didn't like give the names of who he's talking about. Like, it would be much easier to form a position if like he actually had some level of clarity here, dude.
Yeah, this is not well put together. Like, but no. I will say, iDubbbz, for all it's worth, I don't think it's performative, and I don't think he's grifting because he literally deleted the content copy, which I bet you they were probably, at least some of them were demonetized at some point. But he deleted some of his most popular videos, and then just did videos that were pretty garbage. So. Didn't do great views.
I feel like
people
I don't know.
Are the perfect example because she's friends with these people. She's friends with Denims. Denims is streaming this story about our kid getting Giarda from the dog, whatever.
I'm sorry. I'll accept this position from anyone except you guys. You have laid the groundwork for this type of streaming, which is watching people shit and giving your unfiltered reaction to it. Why would you expect Anissa, of all people?
Yeah, same thing as literally calling other people, like calling like other streamers, like, yeah, you neglect your kid, right? It's like people are like projecting Nick Rekieta onto H3H3.
People to say
I don't know.
Okay, so by that logic, we should be saying shit to you guys all the time. But I have a feeling you guys wouldn't like if we said shit like that to you all the time. Yeah, we've been respecting you as independent content creators. You can do what you want. We'll treat you as adults. Maybe we shouldn't have been treating you as adults.
She could say so much, and it would make her a little bit uncomfortable, right? It's not comfortable. She'll get a little bit of shit.
Yeah, just for
but
saying
that would be commendable.
And by the way, it kind of speaks for itself that saying, hey, their houses claim they're actually good people, like that's going to get you shit. That kind of says it all, doesn't it?
There isn't a single person that I respect who would give a fuck if I publicly said that Ethan and Hila are great with their kids, Ethan and Hila
John Piker
dog, and Ethan and Hila wipe their asses or don't have giardia or whatever the prompt is. No one would care. The only
So why didn't you just say that? Was H3H3 just being that off-putting that you had no, I'm not defending you?
I want you to get swatted. It's all part of the plan.
Your fucking lapdog. That's why I'm not tweeting it out. I'm not saying it to my audience because I don't give a fuck. It's not my business.
I don't give a fuck that you were raided. I don't give a fuck you were raided by the FBI. I don't give a fuck you're a Waco victim.
You can't simultaneously take the position that, like, we really care about you, man. We want you to get better. I think you're a good guy deep down. And also, like, I don't care if you get raided by the by CPS. I hope your kids get taken away from you. I couldn't give a shit. You know, like, those are kind of contradictory.
There's no way. There's no way he thought this would be actually good.
Dude, the fact that he wrote like all this down in a script and like read it out, edited it, and put it out on the internet thinking like it's a good idea. It's extraordinary. I don't know, man.
I'm not even sure if this was scripted, frankly.
It's gotta be. It must have been, dude, it's an hour long. It must have been at least partially scripted.
I think he probably had notes.
Maybe.
I would say. But by the way, shout out to Garrett Grant, who gifted 5 memberships. And so, shout out Neon LF Graves, Michael Simmons, Professor Dr. Mao, Turb, Cal G, all gifted a membership. Make sure you say thank you to Garrett Grant. Say thank you. Yeah, but
thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for the gifted membership.
Thank you very much, sir.
That's, in my opinion, doing something that's difficult and standing by your principles. That's the whole point. That's what makes standing by your principles admirable, is that it's not always easy.
Why are you saying that I'm not standing up for my principles when you don't even know what they are? I get, like, we're a little bit past direct.
My principles are you getting raided?
If you maybe accepted the phone call and we talked about it, you could have asked me, hey, what are your principles? And I can tell you the way I've been behaving is exactly in line with my principles. Now we're going to talk about the B.D.S list. We're going to start off with Frogan.
Befriend, discuss, social media follow. What is the boycott these creators now for their complicity and not deep-throating Ethan Klein?
Because obviously this is like as bad as it gets. If you're following Frogan...
So we finally have a gimmick to this content cop.
Ooh.
Right? Because like...
Israel.
Yeah. Like with...
Not an all-tired subject.
Yeah, with Leafy, it was the whole chin stuff. Right? With Keemstar, it was the gnome. And with Ricegum is like rapping and all that. I guess this is like this flowchart or so, But Project Black just sent in a super chat for $5 of the US of A. Here to show you some support. You're a madman for sitting through this type of crazy. Yes, I am.
It's atrocious, dude. It's atrocious.
Oh, yeah. I do it so you don't have to. We're watching it together.
That you're anti-Ethan. Oh, this is not a good start. Love of the H3 podcast. You are following Frogan, so that means that you are anti-Ethan. Sam, Morg Pie, friend of the show. Olivia, Ian, Daily Dose of Internet is anti-Ethan. Jesus, this is fucked up. Pokimane, comment edit.
Is that Mario Maker music in the background?
Oh shit, Asmongold's in here? Asmongold follows Frogan? No, Asmon. That means
Okay. See, iDubbbz is making this about like, oh, iDubbbz is being very like disingenuous here. He's making it all about, oh, I followed this creator, this like one glup shitto Twitter account with 1,500 followers on Twitter. The thing is, you employed him. Like, you gave him money to work. People weren't saying, oh, this random person that iDubbbz follows on Twitter is calling out H3H3. No, they framed it as iDubbbz's former editor. And by the way, I'm pretty sure Asmongold has called out Frogan on stream before. I am willing to bet it. You know what? I'll open this in a different. Okay, yeah, we'll search through this. So, Asmongold, Frogan. Let's see. The worst streamer on Twitch 11 months ago.
Well.
Man, wow, it is.
Means you're anti-Ethan. That's fucked up. We're gonna want to avoid these creators at the top of the list, but
Noah Samson
are the creators who associate with them. They're essentially endorsing all of their statements. You got me, you got Anissa, I think Hassan's in there. You'd think that Hassan would be
Why did you use those photos of yourself and your wife, bruh?
top of the B.D.S list, but that's not the case. Hassan provides additional value.
Dude looks like a lady.
To people collaborating with Hassan because that's what he did. You got to be the lowest of the low to be associating with the Frogans and the Denims of the world. To associate with Hassan, that just makes sense because he's famous and he's got a massive fan base. Also, Ethan still follows Hassan on Instagram, so Hassan is in his feed.
And that's showing up right up on Anissa's and iDubbbz's feed.
It's important.
Yeah, like, well, thing is, right, like, I remember like Hassan Piker. I mentioned this in my video, by the way. Did I mention that I have a video on H3H3? It's called the Never Ending Crash.
You might have. I don't know.
It's called the Never Ending Crash of H3H3. It was getting really good views until it hit like 2 a.m. and then the video just died for some reason.
Yep.
Like that was
how it
insane.
goes.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Like, no, but I mentioned in the video, H3H3 like responded to an Instagram post by Hassan Piker that was literally just like a thirst trap because it's Valentine's Day. And they're like since it's like on his Instagram story writing a whole paragraph about it or what, it's like
it's atrocious.
I know.
And people can be removed or put
Sam
on
Cedar.
depending on how Ethan's feeling.
Okay, whatever.
Other tier of creators that exist below Hassan but are still anti-Ethan. But Ethan really doesn't want to bring your attention to these ones because it's kind of unpopular, you know? A lot of them are famous.
Theo Vaughn.
Dude.
did he just say Theo Vaughn is under Hassan Piker?
How retarded does it... Dude.
What?
How big does he think his umbrella... This is exactly what fucking left wing... like echo chambers do to you, where you literally think that everybody, like even remotely famous, agrees with you on everything, dude. Holy shit. Theo Vaughn, okay.
Yeah, like I'm sure Theo Vaughn, Theo Vaughn might have been on the H3H3 podcast way back in the day, but it's like, by the way, do you remember because Hassan Piker, when his episode came out, he was like kind of crashing out that it wasn't getting as many views as his episode with Theo Vaughn's episode was with Candace Owens. They released with in the same week, and more people want to watch Candace Owens than Hassan Piker.
Ethan really doesn't want to bring your attention to these ones.
Also, like who's that fat? I don't know. It's like Theo Vaughn does not need an answer to like this weird drama. Okay.
Theo Vaughn is not glad that 9/11 happened.
Yeah. I mean, Theo
Vaughn does not think America deserved it.
I mean, Theo Vaughn talks to a lot of people. I would say kind of like, I don't know. Yeah, like, oh, it's kind of weird they had Hassan Piker. Yeah, kind of. I don't know. I feel like having an episode with Cenk Uygur would have been funnier. Okay. Form in the chat says he has kids, dog. He probably isn't even paying attention to who he's following. That is true. That's true. Like he is like H3H3 is crashing out enough to be like paying attention to his own following list. But in that case, you probably shouldn't be follower policing other people, I would say.
is kind of unpopular, you know? A lot of them are famous. It's no coincidence that Ethan stays silent when these powerful, popular men are supporting Hassan. It's because Ethan is a coward. He's a bitch.
Powerful, popular men. 3 complete nobodies and Theo Vaughn.
I think Ethan has an unreasonable amount of respect for these comedians because they have power, they're quick, and I think he knows.
Okay, so did H3H3 like call for a boycott of Theo Vaughn?
Did he?
I don't know, but like that seems to be the implication that iDubbbz is proposing.
Okay, so I think what he's doing with this is he's making a gimmick based off of the boycott, divest, sanction movement regarding like Israel. Right?
Okay.
Right, and so that's the gimmick he's going for, because like Israel.
Yeah, it is Israel. Yeah.
They don't
Israel,
with his ideology.
Your secret business.
Keep that to himself because the last thing that he wants to discover is that people that he respects and looks up to, they don't fuck with him.
Bill Burr came on. It was like the worst fucking show. It was just horrible. That was like my lowest moment on podcast history. We could talk about Bill Burr ruined my life. Bill Burr made Ethan go on Lexapro. I was prescribed it and it was in my bedside. And then it was the Bill Burr episode that made me finally start.
When Stavros goes on Hassan's stream and mocks your content nuke.
I actually saw a really interesting video about you, man, and I don't know that I'm even comfortable being here anymore.
Oh no.
It really kind of shed light on you in a way.
Yeah.
You kind of like have leftist politics and
That
stuff.
guy's gonna eat Hassan Piker, bro. Holy shit.
So I'm actually just here to let you know this is the last time I'm ever coming.
You don't fire back because you're coping. So you're just going to tuck your tail between.
Don't let. Oh man, a guy on Hassan Piker's stream makes fun of H3H3 like very
That
lightly.
was a guy? I thought he was a yoga ball. Holy shit.
But like I don't know, that's such like a mild like that's just like to be fair, even if you weren't like pro Ethan, I would make that same joke if I was on. It's like, yeah, I saw this video that like mentioned you were like I don't know, brown. I'm just now realizing that. It's like
in your legs and never mention on your podcast that mentions everything. You're
oh yeah, like Hassan Piker and some like random nobody orbiter like takes another shot at you. Oh man, yeah. If we were like taking a shot every time like H3H3 or Hassan Piker mention each other on each other's streams, then like I don't know, I think you'd be dead, frankly.
Bringing up some.
This podcast should be all about me. Hassan Piker should all be about me.
You're a coward. It's just his job. It's just what he does.
H3H3 is a coward for not directly responding to this one clip.
On you in a way.
Yeah.
You kind of like have leftist politics and stuff like that. And I actually feel betrayed. Yeah. And so I'm actually just here to let you know this is the last time I'm ever coming.
You don't
genuinely. What is there to respond to in that clip?
Nothing burger, dude.
Yeah, like it's literally a joke.
Fire back because you're coping. So you're just going to tuck your tail.
You're coping.
And never mention on your podcast that mentions everything.
I'm kind of like the base Chad, and you're the seething soy jack in this. So.
You're not touching it. Fuck you. You're a coward. It's just his job. It's just what he does for his job. You know, he doesn't mean it. We're actually good friends. You know, he makes fun of everyone. It's not just me, right? Oh, also, I can't forget about Matt Lieb. Matt Lieb is.
Okay, so okay. Now that I know this, that they were on the podcast together, then now it makes sense. Now I understand why iDubbbz would kind of make this statement.
Yeah, probably should have led with that.
Yeah, probably.
Dude, that guy looks like he has like at least 4 terabytes, bro.
It's not just me, right? Oh, also, I can't forget about Matt Lieb. Matt Lieb is in this like middle tier. His valuable association is Rhett and Link. So Rhett and Link, conveniently, are also in this category of popular and powerful men who Ethan does not want to burn bridges with. Although he's sniffing around.
This guy Matt Lieb, he works for Good Mythical Morning. Of all people, this guy Matt Lieb, who apparently is a producer for Good Mythical Morning. Well, this guy works for Good.
How relevant is Good Mythical Morning nowadays?
I've never heard of it.
Let's see. Morning. Let's see. How slop is it? Reacting to one day
like
ago,
20 million.
And then okay. I mean,
holy Fauci!
I guess they're still getting like some amount of views.
Oh my Soylent.
Yeah. Oh my Soylent. Are these jokes too offensive 12 days ago? I wonder what
I feel like these aren't the kind of people to talk about politics anyway.
No, yeah, like they definitely are kind of Like, they are the most normie of normie.
Yeah, it's like lowest common denominator, like Mr. Beast slop.
Yeah, are we dumber than teenagers? Who is this?
Glitter syrup guys.
Okay, I
worst
wonder,
fucking content. Holy shit.
what's their most world's hot? Okay, all their top videos are like 10 years old. Yep, that sounds about right. World's hottest pepper challenge, Carolina Reaper.
Good Mythical Morning acting like he's wholesome, and he's bringing on somebody that wants to kill my wife, or in a video game. And I think he should be fired, frankly. And I hope he is fired.
Wait, okay, so Matt Lieb from Good Mythical Morning is on a podcast with Bad Empanada.
That wants to kill my wife, or in a video game. And I think he should be.
So, like, who's the is Matt Lieb hosting that podcast? I'm trying to.
Guy works for Good Mythical Morning, acting like he's wholesome.
Probably Bad Empanada.
To kill my wife, or in a video game. And I think he should be fired, frankly. And I hope he is fired. He's pathetic, and he interviewed basically a terrorist.
I think Ethan only respects power.
Bad Empanada is a terrorist.
Right now, which is
that's not actually inaccurate.
Is because he thinks I'm weak. He thinks a lot of these other creators that he's gone out of his way to attack, he thinks that they're weak, and he thinks they're a target that he can bully, he can manipulate, he can send lawsuits to. And I want him to know that we're not going to be bullied. You're being
Bruh, iDubbbz calling H3H3 a bully. Guy. You're joking.
Piece of shit, and we're going to call you out.
So here's the button. You've got a video and you've got an audio. We're hitting both.
What's this supposed to be about? Like, what's the point of this?
I wonder what the button does.
Let's leave. Yeah, there's no need.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
It's the bully button.
What point does this serve? Is he gonna include a multi-minute long button segment for no reason?
Every single time H3H3 presses the button, right? That is
Palestinian
another
child dies.
Exactly. You get exactly what I'm getting at.
Holy shit.
Free Palestine. Free Palestine.
See, okay, guys, I'm going to do a live stream with Jackson Hinkle about why we should support Iran, guys.
Yes. Yes.
Pedophile. Like the Eye of Sauron.
Dude, okay, it's a concerning amount of clips. Like, there's like the Bo Black's plush and all of these H3 clips.
Don't worry. I don't like pedophile. Like the Eye of Sauron. I see.
You can see it right here. I've been trying to ignore it all this time. But there it is, staring.
I see you out there, you fucking cockroach. You'll be living with your parents for a lot longer than me. Yes, please, I want to be a good Jew.
But it's not even in frame anymore.
No. Yeah, I don't think it was that.
That was fine.
Big a deal. Of all the things,
Anywho,
it always surprises me what you think crosses the line.
Well, I looked at Olivia and she's like, "Yes, do it."
Now let's talk about the button. Ethan got this button, or kill switch, as a response to the controversy with Cutie Cinderella. He was not able to control himself in that moment, and instead of figuring out how he can change his behavior, he spent $20,000.
Dan and Ela were like, we would kill button that right now.
Wait, the $20,000 for a button? What?
It must be a pretty good fucking button, dude.
Yeah, how powerful is this button? Maybe it really can, like, just blow up Palestine.
I can't change who I am.
I know. That's why the kill button is on its way.
I need receipts.
Exactly.
He uses the button for everything. If his jokes don't land, he's hitting the button.
It was being presented as if the Jordan crying thing.
I hit the button.
Why?
I don't think I needed to, but you guys were giving me crickets, so I panicked.
If he's insecure about getting something wrong, he's hitting the button.
But okay. What? Button for that? What on this frame could Ethan have responded to? Perhaps a country flag that he got wrong? Maybe. I don't know.
If he goes on a problematic tirade, he's hitting the button.
Before, look how sad. But yeah, it's not just that. Like their eyes are like big. I think you guys are wrong on this one. I think you guys are all wrong on this one.
I don't think he's unique in hitting the button. I think if all of us had buttons, we'd hit the button all the time. But if you don't have it, you operate differently. You think about what you're saying. You maybe plan for your show a little bit more. You maybe say, I'm not going to have my podcast be an emotional dumping ground for today. You instead say, ooh, it's important that we stay on topic. Also, the H3 community and Ethan himself use the phrase goblin mode all the time to excuse a lot of his shitty behavior or make it seem less bad.
Ari, if I pull up one of Yo, because iDubbbz is so good at podcasting. Let's pull up his podcast channel. Yo, because if iDubbbz
some gems here.
I know. It's like, yeah, maximum damage. Let's look at just how Vampires Kiss the Best 10 days ago, 5.2k views. Magic the Gathering Strip Club. See, this is what happens when you say, like, you know, you have a topic and the topics are just bad.
You can't talk about your feelings, bro.
Yeah,
you have to talk about real shit, like Magic the Gathering Strip Club.
Exactly.
Real content. This is what the people want.
Dog, this looks... Ian's Project 2025. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Will America be great again? The thumbnail just says RFK Zoomer. Like, did I say RFK Zoomer? Wait a minute. That actually goes hard.
Wait a minute. Go hard. Gotta clone him.
Yeah.
Been diagnosed with goblin mode, actually.
By claiming that what happens is he just gets into this like uncontrolled state. He refers to as.
I need to Photoshop like the mop head or the like the carrot top on the RFK.
Oh yeah. Right. Goblin mode, is that what you're calling Tourette's now? To all victims of goblin mode, I would like to issue an apology.
Well, you got goblin mode today.
Okay, don't get me wrong. The H3 podcast looks like slop too, but this is still pot calling the kettle black.
Goblin mode. Look how many times you paused that.
That's a Twitter account name. You know, if that wasn't already, then I was gonna make it.
Trying, bro. And I don't think
and then I would sell it on Swapped.
No room for using the term goblin mode. I like the idea that you're defending yourself and the little guy by going goblin mode when a big corporation or a big entity is trying to attack you.
Like, if you fuck me over, if you steal money from me, if you patronize me, if you do any of this shit like you're trying to do to me, to treat me like a fucking idiot, I'm crazy, dude. I've gone fucking goblin mode over way less.
But you not thinking about what you're saying, not, reflecting on your behavior, not changing your behavior, that's not goblin mode. That's being a child. Let's talk about the crew. I think the crew has been put in the worst working environment that you possibly can be for a fucking podcast. Every crew member, to be around Ethan, period, would be a nightmare right now.
I'm standing by every fucking syllable of that.
Not gonna lie,
that
is true.
He doesn't mean to offend him though. He thinks he's a good guy.
Yeah, totally good guy. But oh man, I would not like that is there are good people I would not want to work for or work around.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure you've had like coworkers at some point that are like, yeah, they're cool somewhat.
I just wouldn't be yeah.
They just weren't good at their job.
Yeah, the framing of this though is just extraordinary. Like every single fucking clip is him being like, "Don't get me wrong, I think Ethan's a good guy. I just think that he should be raped and then beheaded. But I think he's a good guy and all right? Like, don't get me wrong." The framing is extraordinary.
Dude, this is so funny, dude.
Okay, what she did was abhorrent. And by the way,
just don't listen. Your critique of her is correct. It's just people are sensitive about women being called that word, and so
like, how pathetic are you? You know what I mean?
Well,
I'm not assuming his pronouns.
Dude, who is this like John Fetterman dude getting ripped? Like, dude, he has a literal goblin with him.
All these people. Go ahead. No. And I'm not yelling at you. I'm just. Kelly is a black woman, right?
Yes.
Maziel is a
Korean.
He
was going into the early lives of too many Wikipedia pages.
Oh, Dan, come on. You're being such a buzzkill. Yeah, I didn't know Korean. I asked if Koreans are POC.
Dan's in the bathroom. Let's just not do this right now.
I asked if Korean people are POCs.
The one time the button didn't work and we listened to how he spoke to AB without thinking that the internet was going to hear it, it was rude, it was nasty, and it didn't have this caveat of like, I'm not mad at you. It was anger, and it was uncalled for.
See, now this is an actual example of how iDubbbz is finally getting to the point of where, hey, this is how, because basically before he's just saying the button is a crutch, but now he's getting to something where it's like, oh, now the button's like actually affecting the content somewhat.
You're telling me here it gets juicy, okay?
Yeah, how long has the button been a segment? How long have we been on the button? Oh my god,
we're like 45 minutes in, and they haven't said anything relevant yet, so we'll see.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing it.
What are you
It's so
doing?
awkward and terrible.
I'm sorry, I'm not.
Just like this is what I'm talking about when it's always like.
We need to get home for our kids.
It's like, bro.
Oh no, I didn't want to finish it right now. I just I'm about finishing Wednesday.
On Friday.
Man, what is that background like animation made?
What? Okay, well,
Heard all that.
Thanks, Button.
And he didn't want to take accountability for it. He immediately wanted to deflect, and he wanted to say that the button fucked him.
First of all, I appreciate the hard work.
I know you do.
And I loved it, and I really enjoy it. But it's like every time we do it, it's like the show is what it is, and
I know.
it makes it.
I was being selfish.
No, dude, that button f***ed me, dude. Can you imagine that button f***ing me over like that?
The button.
Dude, does Items not know what like being on the fly means, right? Because all of his podcasts are pre-recorded. So it's like, like he's on a live stream. He already messed up, and you know what happens when you're live, like you're performing live. If you mess up, you roll with the punches.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, man.
Also, that is good. That is good screenshot material right there. Let me just
Gotta slide someone's DM.
Zam. All right, I got it.
Damn, girl, I didn't know you was 16.
AB fucked you? Who fucked you? You fucked yourself by being an asshole. He makes it seem like he's not a tyrant of a boss.
We're doing it.
What are you
It's so awkward and terrible. I appreciate the hard work.
I know you do.
And I loved it, and I really enjoy it.
Dan, his producer, is constantly clarifying things on the air and making it clear that what Ethan said was a joke. Ethan is being overly defensive, or he's saying things that are like not true and he's exaggerating.
People saw that. They thought that was what you searched to pull up my photo. So I'm just clarifying.
Thank you for.
Okay. Let's be clear. You know, if I have to defend H3, so where's the podcast? All right. How long do these podcasts go on for? Let's just scroll down a bit. Okay, 7 months ago, that's like 4 hours, 3.5 hours. The 4. I mean, and like, okay, I need to see how often these are. So like, is it like 3? If it's 3 times a week, then like, if you're really only at risk, like, I don't know, out of the week, 4 times 3, 12 hours out of the week, then it's like, okay. But like, I'm like, the thing is, if he's doing this like in the stream, I was okay. Wait, 8 months ago, Trump's new goofy interview might be the end of his run.
Yeah, that framing worked out pretty well, huh?
That didn't. Was this after the? No, that had to have been after the assassination, right?
Well, yeah, it would have been.
Wait, when was August 1st? Yeah, literally after the assassination attempt. Which I don't know,
dude,
bruh. Okay.
Fine, I appreciate you doing that. God forbid.
It's okay because I buttoned it.
Why?
Because
it's not that big of a deal, man.
I don't know. I feel like the button would be annoying if you're trying to listen to it, unless they like edit it out for the Spotify upload.
Yeah, it also depends like how often it happens. Like if it's just an occasional thing, then you know.
Yeah, I mean, like, to be fair, when you, how long has this podcast been going for? Let's go to oldest, because
he showed maybe like 30 clips. Maybe, you know, over like the course of like 3 years. So
yeah,
that's not like huge.
He's been live streaming for 6 years. So I don't know, out of 6 years, all of those. Yeah.
No, we didn't have the button for forever, but
I'm genuinely not sure how long he's had that button, because this was supposedly like the really bad episode of the podcast with Bill Burr.
Right.
Well, also, like, by the way, the old set of the H3H3, the old H3H3 production, but the podcast set looks so much better than this. This looks like a green screen.
It looks like slop.
How does it change?
It's too busy, too noisy.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
you just asked how it changed.
Surprise them on your show.
Okay, all right.
You know,
does anybody know if this background's like just like green screened? Like it looks like 3D models. Like,
I understand that that's his role, and he's, you know, Ethan's made that his job, or Dan's made it his job. Ethan leans on it so heavily, in the same way that he leans on the button. Ethan is leaning on all of these people to be adults and look after his behavior and give all of this emotional and empathetic energy for Ethan, but Ethan refuses to give it back to them. Also, let's talk about...
He's running a company, bro.
And
he just has to work with people.
Like they don't exist. It would be nicer, a lot nicer, for you to shut the fuck up about it. You're allowed to do that.
Hezbollah.
Shut the fuck up about this topic. You're not an expert, Queen.
In Syria alone killed double that much.
The experts are talking.
The expert, yeah.
You need to pay attention to the experts.
Talking about bad empanada.
Ethan doesn't want to change, and he wants to bring the entire crew down with him. Because he's putting them in this position every day, right? But it's more important that he gets this shit.
I mean, I like thing is like at least like that Dan guy or whatever his like top producer is, like since he's on camera, he probably has good means of like going somewhere else.
Right.
Because like you know he's obviously there in each of the episodes.
Off his chest, it's more important that he dumps. We're all familiar with Goblin mode. Well, Ethan debuted a new mode recently.
And by the way, my ratio is pretty good.
Mhm.
Like I'm looking at like 20 Goblin modes to 1 too far. Demon mode, let's call it.
What makes Demon mode different than Goblin mode is goblins aren't really like
his devil trigger.
Force. If the goblin is persistent, it can get what it wants.
When I'm done with the other one,
why did he use the loss? Why? Huh?
If the goblin
Why are you talking about him being sued like 8 years ago? This was like a win for like the fair use stuff.
Is
We're being sued. We're still being sued. Why are you using these examples?
7 years ago.
what it wants.
When I'm done with the other one, the big one that's dropping probably next week, my full attention is going to you, George. Like the Eye of Sauron. I see you. I see you out there, you fucking cockroach.
Ethan, the reason the internet got behind you when you were being sued by Matt Haas or when you were being sued by Ryan Kavanaugh is because people saw you as the underdog. They saw you as the guy who's defending the common man.
I'm suing, and I cannot wait for you guys to read it. At the moment, we are writing 3 complaints for 3 people.
You are doing the classic rich asshole thing. You have a deficit of friends, you have a surplus of enemies. You feel really bad, you feel hurt, but you also have a surplus of money. So what can you do? You can use that money to bully and intimidate people. These public legal threats that you're making to fellow creators, these legal
Are we going to pretend that like Hassan Piker and, you know, all of them don't have $1 grillion, you know? Like none of you guys are poor, all right? I promise you iDubbbz is doing quite well financially. All these people are doing, you know, very well for that. None of them live in a small house, all right?
To people on Reddit, on Twitter, you're like, I'm hurt. These people are hurting me. What do I do to stop it? There's nothing I can do to stop it. I'm powerless. No, you have a ton of power. You have a ton of options. You have a ton of choice. That's exactly what you get for being filthy rich, is you can do all of these things.
Like you're poor. Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
Let me Google iDubbbz net worth. Hold on.
When you Google someone's net worth is like never accurate, but
that's true. But we'll get a ballpark.
No, like genuinely, iDubbbz is just not as successful, right? Okay, look at the newest H3 podcast. 750 views in 20 hours. For a podcast, really good. Now, maximum damage. Let's go. 10 days ago, 5,000 views. So the reason iDubbbz is not like this genuinely just seems like jealousy. iDubbbz isn't successful because he's like boring now, but like he went on for She Ruined My Career for 75 episodes so far within like a year and a half maybe, and like he's been doing this podcast that gets less than 10,000 views, whereas I don't know. Like clearly the path is laid out surely because this got more views than anything he's done in the past 2 years.
Yeah.
In the past 2 years, he's been like barely any effort, and for like I think a lot of people are just like, you know, a lot of people are hate watching this, which I am too. But
we're giving him money.
I got ad blocker on.
Sue someone for
that's true.
But like at what point?
By the way, according to Grok, right, and take this with a grain of salt. According to Grok, iDubbbz is probably worth around $3 million. So,
yeah, mind you, iDubbbz, he either did live in Seattle or is currently living in Seattle, but like they did mention on the podcast moving back to like LA. So moving from like one of the very expensive places to live to like the most expensive place to live.
He's probably doing just fine financially. I don't think he's starving, okay? He's not like an impoverished. He's not one of the proletariat, all right?
I don't like because I'm pretty sure Anissa, when it comes to Creator Clash, said that they haven't really made money in like a year or two. So I'm pretty sure they might have said that on H3's podcast a while ago. And wait, hold up. Hold up.
For Creator Clash 2,
I'm consulting Grok on this.
For Creator Clash 2, I believe they lost $200,000 in charity money.
Yeah. Yep. And I just remembered. It came to me. I'm pretty
Which
sure
he can almost certainly pay back himself, but he won't.
I saw a clip on Twitter. It was from like some Twitch live stream. I'm pretty sure Ian, like he was told by Anissa to sell Tesla stock to own Elon Musk.
Fucking moron.
iDubbbz talking about let's see if Grok can pull it up. Let's see. Grok, don't fail me now. I can't directly pull up video clips. Lame. I might just have to like browse Twitter.
Told you to go to YouTube. Oh my god, kill yourself, Grok. Holy shit.
I fucking have to. I mean, this is like basically someone calling you a pedophile. Be like, yeah, no, Ethan's a pedophile.
Dan Clancy or whatever, like the CEO of Twitch, and being
pedophile. Dan KKK Clancy has a similar view on Hitler because Dan Clancy, the Nazi, fucking anti-Semite. There are certain things you can accuse people of that rise above to make it like actionable, which is like wrongfully accusing someone of being a pedophile, a sex criminal, a murderer, shit like that. Dan Clancy now, in other words, he is a pedophile.
You have so much less to go off of saying that.
I found it. I found the clip.
Just on his based on his
Well, at least you're self-aware.
That's 100% a joke. I have no evidence to conclude that he is.
Okay, all right. I'm pulling it up.
iDubbbz cannot be critiquing other people's sense of humor.
Got rid of some of the Tesla.
Oh yeah, I got rid of some of my Tesla stock, guys.
He listened to me. I was really anxious about it.
I'm an evil person.
Chuds owned.
This was back in like September too, September 2nd. So this would have been like literally less than 2 weeks after Elon Musk first endorsed Trump.
Yeah.
So like
on it like that. There we go.
Yeah.
Dude,
if anything, they were ahead of the curve.
Wait, what's the date?
September 2nd, 2024.
September 2nd, 24. All right. Let's see here. 6 months. September.
Man, September was like 7 months ago. Ain't that crazy? Yeah, I'm sure they have great. Yeah, selling Tesla stock. What great financial advice. Okay, I'm just gonna continue the.
One of the more notable legal threats that Ethan has sent out recently is against Noah Samson.
I have nothing but vibes to gain, and potentially your money as well. Don't worry if you don't have it all now.
Why is his hair darker in this clip?
Living with your parents for a lot longer, buddy. 26, you know what I mean? Try 46.
Noah made a video that was critical of Ethan and other content creators when they're talking about Israel and Palestine. I mean, the way he's talking about Noah on his podcast is so fucking...
Oh my goodness. iDubbbz, pull the title of the video. The title and thumbnail of the video is literally like creators who endorse the genocide. We're gonna have to pull... Okay. Noah Samson.
By the way...
Oh, look at that. Oh my, the YouTubers who backed a genocide has, let's see, Destiny, I don't know who, Turkey Tom, Mudahar, and Ethan Klein. I don't know why Turkey Tom is there other than just like sucking Destiny's cock. But
dude, I would like to say publicly that I do challenge Noah Samson to a duel or boxing match or really anything of his choice. I think it would be a whole lot of fun. And at the end, I will rape him. So, a lot of choices available. I hope he accepts.
Yeah. The worst type of guy. Are we the problem? That. Yeah. Let me.
Noah Cuxon. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Exactly.
Creepy and weird.
Is this a new thing?
Creepy. So okay. Here's the thing. That was a very incendiary title for a video, right? But like
no kidding.
iDubbbz doesn't even like include it in the video. It's like, yeah, is it kind of shitty thing to do for H3 to sue YouTubers? Yeah, but like just include the title in there.
Yeah, it is defamation, to be fair. I'm not a big fan of defamation law, granted, but you can't have a double standard about it.
Yeah, I don't know. People would stop caring about it's. The thing is, if he didn't do the lawsuit, people would stop caring about the video. Like that accusation did not stick to like Mudahar or Turkey Tom at all.
And during the show.
Yeah.
Upon initial examination, it seems to check out, and it's not great for young Noah.
Can I say that? Don't say it yet.
I'll say it.
So he's a rape. So of course his standard. I don't know what he's accused of, so I'm not actually going to say. But
Ethan brought on a former partner of Noah to basically just shit talk him and say that he's a bad partner. But that's all that Ethan was able to extract out of it.
you are not accusing him of committing any crimes or doing R word or anything like that. The accusation is that he's a sleaze.
Doing R word. Doing R word.
You gotta love the TikTok dialogue.
Yeah. Okay, Michael Simmons for $5 says, feeling like Hammer being gifted membership out of the blue without even watching the stream when it happened. Thanks, Strain. That I did not know that was possible. Yes, thank you, Garrett. That is Garrett Grant who gifted it to you. So say thanks to him.
Watch the Fauci.
Fuck you to Noah Sampson, who's not just a liar and a scumbag, but also a creep. Allegedly.
Now
True.
The left-leaning Democrat.
He presents himself as someone like me, a left-leaning Democrat who supports basic things.
The thing that made me start to question Ethan's intentions is that when he was suggested to talk to Sam Cedar, a fellow progressive, a guy that Ethan respects and looks up to,
He works with Sam Cedar at the Majority Report. I respect him and what they do there.
he kept saying that it was racist or anti-Semitic to suggest that he talked to someone who's within the same ethnic group as him.
That's why I said yesterday, I urge Ethan to talk to Sam Cedar. There are very thoughtful, very kind, anti-Zionist Jews out there that he could talk to. I don't think that I will be able to reach him.
What's the insinuation that I only listen to other Jewish people? You need to talk to my pre-approved list of Jews that agree with me on everything. It doesn't matter if they're Jewish, dude. It doesn't matter if they're fucking Jewish.
I think most Jews.
I don't think Jews at large view it, but I don't think that is the.
In what position are you to even say that?
If it's not motivated by myself.
Why is the text bouncing like that?
Anti-Zionist
No,
Jews.
seriously, how can you speak for my entire ethnic group? I find that really interesting.
Ethan, I don't know what to fucking tell you. This is like step one of having a leftist ideology, is recognizing our race, religion, nationality, all this shit, all shape our experiences as people.
That's the reason why.
Step one of having a leftist ideology is being extraordinarily racist.
An anti-Zionist.
Yeah, I thought, at first when I saw like the Jewishness being irrelevant to Ethan, I was like, wait a minute, what argument is iDubbbz making here? Then I saw the next part. It's like, I guess calling out the hypocrisy on that, but I thought Ethan Klein and Sam Cedar were kind of closer than I guess this video is making it out to be, because wasn't it H3 who kind of trolled Steven Crowder? This was 4 years ago. Trolled Steven Crowder. I was like, yeah, I'll debate you, Steven Crowder, and then add Sam Cedar to the call.
Mm.
They collaborated on something before.
Tell me how to feel about the situation.
Yeah, but how is one person a representative of Jews at large? I'm just telling you how Jewish people around the world interpret that phrase.
So yes, Ethan, on occasion you might be suggested to talk to someone who has some crossover with you. It doesn't have to be your ethnicity. It could possibly be someone who shares progressive ideology with you. It could possibly be someone who is of your same gender. I think Ethan understands this concept very well. He listened to these women on his show when they told him that he shouldn't be calling women bitches.
This bitch is intolerable. You are such a nasty fucking bitch, Ken.
I don't know if you can call her a bitch though.
She is a bitch. She's a fucking.
Okay,
you're right. I call her a see you next Tuesday.
Listen, you have.
Curious what do.
Okay. iDubbbz. He's listening to his wife. that is his wife. He is listening to. That's not just some woman. That is his wife. Bro. It's you're obviously gonna respond. You're probably gonna be more receptive to your wife than just any chick on your podcast.
Idubbbz doesn't understand that concept.
I feel like he would, considering how like his wife has him by the balls.
She is a bitch. She's a fucking bitch.
Okay,
You're right. I call her. See you next Tuesday.
Listen, you have.
I'm curious what do Lena and Sam think about it.
I wouldn't be okay with that.
Yeah.
I feel like that it's for the girlies, Ethan. But I
So
agree.
you guys all seem to be in consensus that it's in
are.
poor form. I think to respect the women here.
Okay, now. Now it's the funny thing. Once it was just Ela, he was pushing back, but now it's like the three of them ganging up on him. Now he's relenting.
Well, he knows his foursomes are on the line here. All right.
Yeah. Now the democracy is saying, can Ethan ever say bitch towards a woman? And says yes. That's like a super majority.
I'm gonna have to pass on saying that.
The infantilization of Ethan Klein is fucking nauseating. He's not a child. He is absolutely capable of looking into Hassan, learning about his politics, interviewing, doing loads of things to figure out where he stands.
He presents himself as someone like me, a left-leaning Democrat who supports basic things.
And for the first time, I noticed an inordinate amount of radical, hardcore leftists. I mean, I thought we were social democrats, not whatever this was.
Okay, here's the thing, right? Thing is, to do research on Hassan Piker, you probably have to go through like 4-hour live streams, or not even 4-hour live streams. They're probably like 8 hours long, 5 days a week.
It's pretty rough.
Yeah, it's like that's why I do like kind of like really sticking one of these like Twitch streamers, the like poggers community, is so hard because like all their like you have to get through Twitter clips and their most radical stuff that's gonna stay on Twitter. They're not clipping that to YouTube, and also like.
Yeah.
Twitch VODs, they like obviously they like expire at a certain point. So it's
all the grillion hours of slop they expire eventually.
Yeah, exactly.
This comment from Hassan really started to sound some alarms in my head. I was already getting uncomfortable with our partnership. I started to wonder if I had any idea who this guy actually is.
You made how many episodes with Hassan? Like, this guy made a fucking program with the biggest mega leftist on the platform. Now he's acting like he was tricked and he was incapable of figuring out what this guy's beliefs were. Bro, I didn't make the fucking leftist program. You did. You made fucking, 60 some odd episodes of this shit for hours?
How many episodes of Content Cop did he make?
Problem with any of it.
That's a good question.
Right? Because I feel like, again, an extraordinary show of hypocrisy here.
I think it might be in the it might be in single digits, maybe low double digits. Let's check the Content Cop archive. All content, so 12 videos, according to this playlist. That is not including
13 now.
The new one, yeah. And I guess, yeah, this is also including Content Deputy, which is like the response to the response, essentially. Yeah, so. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I want to watch the old Content Cops. This is slop.
Yeah, can we like speed this up, dude?
Yeah, actually, hold on. Okay, let's see. How long? Okay, look at the watch, or not the like time for the Content Cops. 12 minutes, 10 minutes, 7 minutes and 7.5 minutes, 8 minutes, 22
so
minutes.
Much more in them.
8 minutes and a half, 11.5 minutes, 10 minutes, almost 13 minutes, 20. The Tana Mojo Content Cop, 21 minutes, 31 minutes, bruh.
And in like half the time.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Also,
much less for many of them.
I don't see content.
He said much more.
Yeah, I don't see Content Cop Leafy. I see Content Deputy Leafy.
Might not be the total archive.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know that one in particular was like banned on YouTube in like 2019 or something.
And then sort of leaves it at that. Like it was just a joke. Actually, I think Ethan describes them as edgy moments or jokes.
You might remember him from such classics as
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it, I'm saying it.
Now, to be clear, I knew about all these edgy and controversial jokes at the time we made the show together, because who am I to judge?
No, those aren't jokes, right? When someone makes a controversial statement like that, that's not them trying to be funny. I can understand why you would conflate the two. That is someone who is extremely frustrated and passionate about a.
Wait, so what's the point he's making here? Hold on. Is he defending the take?
Yeah, he's literally
that America deserved 9/11.
He's not downplaying the take. He's literally taking at face value that America.
That's crazy, dude. That's insane. By the way, in the full clip, right before Piker says that, he says that Dan Crenshaw, a war veteran, got his eyeball raped out by brave Afghani jihadists. Those are his words, not mine. Holy shit, dude, if that alone doesn't discredit the entire fucking content cop, that dude.
Yeah, like taking that out of the clip is like he's just frustrated about America's foreign policy, which
he's just a little irritated.
Yeah.
Okay, I think the terrorists, maybe they had a point with those 2 planes in the Twin Towers there, you know?
Actually, okay, you know what? That's a good. That reminds, like, literally just earlier, Ian was talking about, oh yeah, the infantilization of Ethan Klein. Like he couldn't do basic, and now he's infantilizing Hassan Piker.
You can't blame him. He just gets really frustrated sometimes.
Oh my goodness.
In this case, American imperialism and terrorism. You could have looked into that. You could have talked to Hassan a little bit more and found out what his international politics opinions are. But you wouldn't even need to do that. You can look at it online. You're not a victim. You weren't tricked. You made 60 some odd episodes.
And again, like,
you shouldn't have done it. But
it's such an absurd statement that it's not like unreasonable to think that it might have been a joke. Like the fact that you even have to have a conversation, like, hey, dude, like, do you really think that America deserved 9/11? Like, what do you think the merits and like, what are the pros and cons of 9/11 as far as things? Like, the fact that that's even a conversation you would consider having is fucking absurd, dude. 3,000 innocent people were slaughtered in 2 burning towers, and you're like, well, you know, maybe he has a point. You know? Maybe that Bin Laden fellow, you know. Jesus Christ. What the fuck was going through his head when he filmed this, dude?
I am.
I just can't even imagine the logic.
Yeah. Have we gone? We're not the insane ones, right?
I don't think so. I mean, look, I'm a little bit. I might be a little insane. Okay, it's possible, but you know, at least I'm not Muslim, so I won't be justifying the terrorist attacks on 9/11 anytime soon.
At least we're not Sneeko.
I'm not that insane yet. Okay.
That was your fucking choice. You did it. You are an adult. When Ethan and Hila are watching Matt Lieb saying that one state doesn't represent all Jews, they cannot wrap their heads around the idea.
No single person represents all Jews.
I'm just telling you how Jewish people around the world interpret that phrase.
No single person represents.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, like, oh, Ethan's not showing his actual reaction, but dude, look at Ethan like tweaking out here.
Telling you how,
like in the bottom right.
Interpret that phrase.
No single person represents all Jews, as no single state represents.
You really, dude, in every clip of him, he looks like Hitler on meth, you know?
He's stimming.
Israel.
He is, dude.
I see Hassan and people pander. They say that Israel's going to war on behalf of Judaism. They have never, I don't believe that that's ever been stated. And I don't think Israel ever explains that it's like, I think Israel says it's a place where Jews can go.
Israel's just a place Jews can go? With that slogan, we might actually have peace. You know, if that's all you're defining Israel as, is a place Jews can go. Like, sure, it sounds like America to me. Like, all right.
I don't think that Israel said they
sounds like America to me. What do you mean by that?
Represent all Jews.
Yeah. Israel isn't exactly a cultural heckin' wholesome melting pot.
True.
Yeah, it's like
I don't think that's a stance. We're like, hey, displacing Palestinians is all Jewish people.
Ethan is being so
okay. You know what? I know how to solve all wars forever.
Yeah.
Okay. So you know like ethno states, right?
Right.
So what if we just had like ethno continents?
Whoa! And we like split them up.
Yeah.
Like and they become like races in a fantasy novel, kind of like Lord of the Rings. You know?
Yeah. Or like the heckin' Ewoks from Star Wars.
Yeah. Now I won't say who the orcs are, but I think you can make a guess. Okay, I won't say it, but yeah, decide for yourself.
Yeah. I think that was and just like. The people within Europe can war with each other. The people within Africa can war with each other, but they won't be. I don't think we'll see each other bombing each other from different continents.
Well, yeah, and genocides will still be happening, but it won't be racist at least because they'll be the same skin color, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I know exactly. No one will care.
That's how it works.
Yeah, I think. I don't know who would have to go to Antarctica though.
I don't know, man. I hate to say Europeans, but we are pretty well adapted to the cold. So, we probably do pretty well there, all things considered. And the Muslims are taking over Europe anyway, so as it works out. Yeah. We gotta get out of here.
Doesn't understand what Matt Lieb is saying. He's making a semantic argument. I don't think Israel has said that it represents every last Jew on the planet. I don't think Israel has claimed that. They're not going to say that their most genocidal behavior represents anything to do with them, okay? But what they are going to do is they're going to inexplicably link Israel and Jewishness together, so when they're being criticized, all of a sudden they have the perfect defense. Oh, another thing I need to mention. There was a...
It's almost like people do that with America and whiteness. So when people defend I don't know some cop that we didn't see the body cam yet.
Right,
it's
right.
Oh yeah, you're defending a heckin' racism institution.
Meanwhile,
the
a
body
black kid
cam
will just
footage.
stab a white kid to death, at a football game, and get $500,000 in a new car. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah,
You seen that story? That's crazy.
yeah. That is absolutely insane. This is almost. I don't know. He's almost making a point here.
Criticized, all of a sudden they have the perfect defense. Oh, another thing I need to mention.
Content Cop Israel.
It was called the Who Can Say Habibi tier list. It was presented at TwitchCon as a panel that was just meant to be lighthearted and fun. And Ethan...
Lighthearted and fun. Let's look at the tiers. Arab coded ask perms, thinks it's a slur, loves Sabra. Which by the to be fair, H3H3 did call for a boycott of Twitch because of this.
Yeah.
I will say this is absolutely insane to have at TwitchCon.
It's a little bit of a weird thing for a company to endorse.
Yeah, imagine at your convention for your website, this happens. Now
I'd bring my own one, for the very, very bottom tier. Yeah. TMD.
I would say what would be a good who can say goy tier list,
At TwitchCon as a panel that was just meant to be lighthearted and fun, and Ethan Klein saw that and he decided that it was anti-Semitic.
Tier list them, and we're going to need your help to discuss and figure out who can say Habibi and who can't. And also, we have tiers. We have.
Is that Denim's in there? Is Denim's Arab to fit up and be here?
Say Habibi, you got white guys can I say it? Is it slurs? And then love Sabra, which is they're not Arab coded at all.
Now, when I first saw this tier list, I immediately knew what it was doing. I was like, oh, it's a play on the who has the N-word pass and who doesn't tier list. Granted, Habibi is very different than the N-word, but it is a cultural word amongst Arabic-speaking people and Muslim people. That is a word that's used. Habibi. It means my love. Oh no, don't do that, Habibi. Oh yes, Habibi. You're my Habibi, I'm your Habibi.
Do you think Anissa has ever called Idos her Habibi?
Hey Habibi, grab the camera footage. Gotta upload some new content to my OF.
Can express their Arab culture and be proud of it and happy about it, because it's not like they have massive representation on the platform.
Making a tier list based on race, and nobody has a fucking problem with that. Okay, you have a tier list based on race. Where's the Jewish panel? Where at the top it says Jewish. It's a tier list based on Arab to Jew. He's Arab, which is good. That's the best thing you can be on this. That's the best. This is racist.
I will say that conveying information through a tier list is not the most effective thing, but Ethan should understand this principle. He did a white slurs tier list with Hassan.
Cracker. I mean,
tier list.
That's pretty fucking retarded too. That's not. That's not super defensible.
Well,
he makes it hard to defend him, doesn't he?
It's his leftist show, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, a lot of this can be explained by H3 reaping what he is sowing, where it's he says he has all these leftist opinions and dunks on the white chuds, But guess
His
what?
leftist ideology, it's being brain broken.
Yeah, but because of his ties to Israel, that kind of makes him like the imperialist chud now.
Him being Jewish, he's the one with he's the white supremacist. He's the one with the power now.
Yeah, he's like the colonizer.
The shoe's on the other foot.
Exactly.
We can't put this out.
Now make a black slur tier list. How about that? That'd be pretty cool. That's actually our next stream, Manic and I.
Yeah, Patreon exclusive. Rumble premium exclusive, actually.
Yeah.
Gotta be at least a D, right?
Pale face, motherfucker.
Pale face.
I mean, like, to be fair, with the black slurs tier list, we all know what's going to be S tier.
Again, I think that's an S.
I think it's overused, frankly. I think there can be more creative things. Right.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Use it all the time.
Him and Hassan feel as though they're white guys, so they felt very comfortable talking about white slurs on their tier list.
I think
Hassan Piker is not white. No.
Okay, Chad, do you consider either of these people white?
Ethan might be. Ethan's pretty white.
Yeah.
Like, I'm super white.
Can you understand why Arabs
you're not white?
Comfortable talking about Arab shit on their tier list, Ethan? You're the white guy. You think you're more white than Hassan.
I think I'm more white than you.
So yeah, the white guy can say all the things that he wants, like cracker. But the Arabs can't have their tier list.
I would put him also in Arab. I know Turkish people are different.
Notice how they dropped the premise almost immediately that it's about who can say Habibi, and then it's like Hassan. Okay, actually he's Arab. We fucking love him. He's dope. He's Arab.
Habibi is an Arabic word. That is an Arabic word, Ethan.
Funny about this whole thing is that they say Habibi in Israel. Again, people underestimate just how mixed Israeli culture is.
The N-word is an English word.
In Israel.
And yet English people can't say it. Funny how that works, huh?
It isn't anti-Semitic.
This is racist!
If you're not Arab or understand Arab culture at all, which is...
IDUB is like... Okay. The argument... Okay, so by this Twitch panel, right? The title is Who Can Say Habibi? And their criteria of who can say Habibi is who's the most Arab. They are not putting Jewish people up on top of the tier list because they can say Habibi. So H3 is putting it out there that they say Habibi in Israel too. So non-Arabs say Habibi, but look what's at the top of the tier list: Arab.
We say Habibi.
I don't know. I think it's a pretty gay thing to get worked up over, like in general.
Yeah, I know. This whole thing sucks. Like, who cares?
This is fucking awful, dude. It's been an hour, and he hasn't talked about anything good.
We have only.
Where's the
9 minutes left?
Slop? I wanted slop. I came for slop. There's no slop.
We have 9 minutes left.
Yes, Ethan.
I'm crashing out, dude.
It isn't anti-Semitic.
This is racist.
If you're not Arab or understand Arab culture at all, which is a lot of Americans, and Ethan Klein presents you this tier list. And
I think a lot of Americans do understand Arab culture.
It's not. Ethan is just proving his location on this tier list under Love Sabra because he doesn't understand Arab culture. There's a lot of Arabs who eat Sabra. There's a lot of people like me who eat Sabra. A lot of the times it's all that's in the store, and I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna eat it, but it is not the good shit. Like the average Arab American, they're gonna go in the store and the only option they have is fucking Sabra. And that sucks that's the only option, right? Arab communities and distribution facilities are not widespread across the US. So what are they left with? They're left with a common, relatable, shitty hummus, which is Sabra. And what's so fucking pathetic about this whole thing is after he was able to get these Arab creators banned off of Twitch for 30 days, he goes on to talk about how bad Sabra hummus is on his show.
I don't think anybody wants to.
Are you gonna explain? Are you gonna try to like prove your point how he personally got them banned? Are you gonna mention
pulling the string?
Yeah, exactly.
Prefers Sabra over homemade like restaurant quality hummus. You know, it's what's there.
Like weirdly fluffy.
It is
Sabra,
fluffy.
Weird.
Yeah.
I would buy it sometimes and eat it. It's not the best.
The problem is with Sabra, in my opinion, it's only good for the first 2 days.
For some reason, like when you eat this Sabra shit, it just feels so much heavier. And imagine eating a whole fucking vat of Sabra. That's crazy.
Yeah. I've never liked hummus.
I fucking hate hummus.
And Arabs.
Yeah.
This is racist.
Yeah, it's almost like you can have a discussion about Sabra hummus being a bad hummus without it being at all related to a Jewish thing or an Israeli thing. He can have that discussion as much as he wants on his podcast because we all know his intentions aren't anti-Semitic.
This is what he did. He hit his heart hard.
The Zionism is leading to not accepting other cultures, embracing their own culture, and instead thinking that that is an attack on you. There's this incident on the podcast where they were reacting to Cutie Cinderella, and Ethan was laughing during it. So that ended up being a pretty important wake-up call for Ethan. He made an apology video directed at Cutie Cinderella, and it was graded by a professional psychologist, Dr. Kirk Honda of Psychology in Seattle.
Oh.
Ethan got an A+ rating.
In terms of a public apology, this is A+.
Ethan won't stop talking about his A+ rating.
You know he rated my apology to Cutie Cinderella a perfect score? A perfect 10.
A perfect 10 out of 10?
Literally 10 out of 10. Go back. I can teach you how to make a good apology. I'm the best at
10 out of 10.
I know what a perfect apology is, lady. You fucking don't. Is my perfect apology in this PowerPoint? Dude, I got a perfect 10 out of 10. This one is actually best.
So, okay, I feel like the thing is, right, when you are pulling these clips from so many streams, right, if it becomes a running joke and you can just like clip these out of context and say, hey, he's like really touting this like A+ rating from this like psychology.
Yeah, also, if you look at the way he's splicing it, I think that a lot of these were like the same conversation within one stream where, he'll say, I got, like a perfect A. And then someone will be like, oh, really? And then he's like, yeah, I got a perfect 10 out of 10. And he'll take both of those two clips of him saying that he did well
and
like
separate
splice
them.
one from a different episode, in front of it, like in between the two, to make it look like it's happening more than it is.
You might be right.
I think there's some malicious editing going on too.
Ethan Klein, you guys, oh my god.
I was trying really hard.
5 minutes left. We're in the home stretch.
Please.
Like, could I do something that would really wake Ethan up? And I don't know if this came from a good place or not, but I came up with the idea of getting Ethan's grade changed from an A to a B at least. So I went to visit Psychology in Seattle. I'm not confident that Kirk will change his grade, but it's worth trying. And, we might learn a thing or two.
Xander! Probably get pretty low marks. Unlike me, perfect score, 10. I said, hey, Lud, no wig drama. Why are you such a spineless coward of a person now that you've inserted yourself and your girlfriend into this conversation?
Okay, iDubbbz, I hear you. You're in the room with me right now. I hear you. I hear your request. I understand it. I can understand where it's coming from. And I guess have a policy that when there is a grade for an apology, I am just grading that discrete apology as I see it without taking any consideration of prior or future behavior. If you're wanting me to comment on the overall behavior or the recent behavior from the clips that you have shown me, I believe that Ethan is
from the clips you have maliciously edited.
Person that eventually he will feel sorrow and will feel sorry and will apologize, and I will be there to evaluate that apology when it happens, which I know it will.
Oh, bro. This guy looks like a fatter Ben Shapiro.
Unfortunately,
he added that SpongeBob sound effect, by the way. That was not my soundboard.
I reckon.
Not change his grade.
Oh my goy.
Because this is the internet, anyone can have their own official apology rating system. So I'm going to rate Ethan's apology a B-. That's just based on my own feelings and my own rubric.
Okay, that's like an 80%.
Well, in my head canon, you're not so good, so take that.
Okay, yeah, okay. Now, of course, yeah. Are you a psychologist? No, okay.
What the fuck is this LARP, dude? Holy shit.
Content psychologist.
Of course, it kind of pisses me off to hear that shit because I'm like, what are we doing? What are we saying? He needs a hug? No, he doesn't need a hug. He needs a good fucking ass whooping is what he needs. I think something that's very important.
You're going to give it to him.
Content cop is to be...
The old one, too.
I think that was something that was not illustrated in previous content cops that I think should have been and probably wouldn't have left me with so much regret. Ethan deserves all of the criticism that he's getting. I think it's very valid. But I also think, at the end of the day, we should acknowledge that he's human because he is human. And he is in a situation that's making him extremely scared, paranoid, defensive, sensitive, and I'm sure other features and feelings. In the spirit of Kirk saying that it looks like Ethan could just use a hug, I have challenged some of his most powerful haters to put down the haterade and just say something nice and charitable about him because I think he deserves it.
I just wanted to say that I respect that you are genuinely yourself on the internet.
Is Hassan Piker in here? Let's see.
Oh my god, he has the H3 like theme song playing in the background. And no, it's doing this whole like we acknowledge you're human.
A lot of other people respect.
It's so cinematic.
I think that's
please, Ethan. This isn't who you are.
In the first place, I think that's a lot of the reason why you're
better than this
over anyone else.
Ethan, I think it's respectable that you even began this journey to leave behind the anti-SJW crowd and step into a more empathetic worldview. I know it's not easy.
Ethan Klein, I think that when you are being goofy, when you're being silly, when you are being lighthearted,
and just having fun with your friends, I think that is when you're at your best. So I'd love to see more of that. That'd be sick.
I will be reading my letter off because I don't want to sound robotic. H3 used to be the sports very good that I used to watch. I hope that one day gets back to what I remember. You were one of the inspirations for me to start creating content, so all this has stung. I hope you really hear this, and I wish you the best.
I think Ethan Klein rocks.
What is this?
Bro.
He's got a good choice of facial
This
hair.
couldn't be more sloppy.
Really cool what he did 8 years ago, fighting that frivolous
Good
law.
choice in facial hair. It's crazy.
Good facial hair and lawsuit from
And
8
I like
years
what he
ago.
did 8 years ago. Dude.
Yeah, 8 years ago.
What a backhanded shit.
Fighting for free speech.
You know, I also see the dynamic of Ethan and Neil. I'm like, fuck, like, it's really hard to be a couple online and see people attacking your partner, and it's like, okay, like, if you come to their defense, that doesn't always help them, right? Sometimes that makes it worse for them.
And I have been kind of slipping into a very unhealthy place where it's got
This is an old clip. This is that old studio.
Yeah.
worse, and I get criticized more and
Is
more.
Hassan Piker not? Did he not say something he liked?
Hassan Piker's not in there.
A feeling of almost infallibility that I could take anything on. It led me to make a lot of mistakes, and then when I was criticized for those mistakes, then I would act extremely defensive and nasty and not really processing them in a healthy way.
That's it.
Holy slop.
That was it. We made it
Atrocious.
through. Okay,
Let's read through some of these comments.
Wait, hold. There's a short remixing this video. I need to know.
The beach is surprisingly dangerous. Consider the
fucking thing in our
2016 would never believe iDubbbz did a content cop on H3. Wait, who is it? Am I 3 subscribers?
Yeah.
Oh, she's overweight.
Shocker.
Shocker. Huge
Let's read
day.
some of these comments.
This is a huge day for leftists who are edgy teens in 2017. You know what? Hold.
Okay.
You know what? Hold up. I need some background music. While we're going dark.
Oh boy.
All right. Got that fake.
Can y'all feel the mood?
Yeah, let's go. This is a huge day for leftists who are edgy teens in 2017. Since the last content cop, I've gone 2 degrees and had 3 children. Thank you, iDubbbz, for hosting our high school reunion in your comments section. This was really nice to see everyone again. Trump is in office. Fetty Wap is popular again. Is Fetty Wap popular again? What's this about?
I wasn't aware. I don't know.
iDubbbz posted content cop close enough. Welcome back 2016. Trump was not in office in 2016, bruh. That's Since the last content cop, I became addicted to drugs, got clean, got extremely fit in the gym, got a job, got promoted, relapsed for 1 year, lost everything, got clean again. Now this is a recession indicator. All I'm getting from this is so far is that Joji is the one who truly won. Bro. Oh, I need a... Okay, yeah, this is good. Bro, this has got to be the biggest surprise return I've ever seen. I've never expected content cop to return from the dead. I had to check what damn year it was. The timeline is so fucked. I wouldn't be surprised if Leafy came back with chin implants. Leafy might have gotten a girl pregnant. So I'm not sure if he's coming back. A new content cop. What's next? Joji digging out the good old pink suit. This is from @DilfEnjoyer, by the way.
Dude, fucking porn bitches. I don't know.
Yeah, this is more of a content therapy session than anything else. But I literally said this earlier.
So deep, man.
I literally said it.
If you search by new.
Okay,
if you search by new.
I bet the cop uniform was talking to Ian like
negative.
Green Goblin. All right.
It's much more negative if you search by new.
Okay.
Let's look at some of this.
Oh wow, massive L, huge one. That's like what Michelle Obama says to Ethan Klein at like the beginning of their videos. This gotta be the dumbest shit.
Michelle Obama has massive something.
Ian, the kind of guy to bring content cop out of retirement to defend his girlfriend. How is this content cop? Thank you, thickest boy, with obvious AI generated profile picture. A lot of people treat the fact that he has changed in the past decade as a kind of betrayal when, like, I mean, didn't he just grow up?
Goku gone. This is why everybody hates leftists. All sides are bad people.
Thank you, Ryuk profile picture. Why does Ethan sniff all the time? Like he has the worst disguised coke habit. I'm not into his content, but it drove me crazy with all the clips. Let's hope that Career Clash 3 doesn't fall. This is all in the past minute. I'm 19 and I love you by @GracieDoll.
That is a bot comment.
That has to be, right? Unexpectedly good video. I wouldn't say it's 100%, but from someone who thinks you're low-key corny, I actually like
From Kermit the Legend 531.
Yeah, yes,
This is
calling
a
somebody
Redditor.
corny.
We're talking to a Redditor.
Yeah, which by the way, it's always like like calling people corny has become like Reddit. Okay.
Yeah.
Me when the last Content Cop dropped, I'll tell my future kids, me now, I got a vasectomy. I'm screenshotting this.
That's his viewer base, dude. All trannies.
There's the dude, so he posted that like it's an own or something.
Let's just say I might have mutilated my genitalia one way since the last one. Let's just say that.
I'm posting this to Twitter, by the way. All right, like
that's pretty peak.
How should I average modern iDubbbz fan?
Maybe say like least mentally ill iDubbbz fan.
Yeah, you're right. All right, least mentally ill iDubbbz fan.
Since the last Comment Cop, Katy Perry went to space and came back.
Oh, that's an Indian. That's an Indian. The constant sniffling reminds me of a coke habit. Explains Ethan's constant erratic behavior. Yippee!
Yippee!
The old idols would title the video this way to make a content clip on Hassan Abi, so it actually makes sense.
Yo, that would have been fire, dude. Holy shit.
All the top comments are positive, but new ones aren't.
Funny how that works.
Oh, I think that slimy Semitic rat is kind of funny. That's crazy.
Thank you, Groiper.
By @GracieDoll, marry me. Oh yeah, that's a bot
I'm telling
comment.
you, bro, bots.
Bot. Yep. That's literally the same account from like earlier.
Not going to lie, this shit was ass.
On the, I think he just needs a hug. I've said for a long time, I think he's a good person who is having an identity crisis and meeting a lot of pressure since he's lived in Israel and close family who has grown up with a narrative told them since birth. Definitely felt fear for it. I have personally had an albeit a smaller identity crisis, but an identity crisis nonetheless. And it's hard to reconsider things you feel so deeply. So many times I want to just ignore everything and just continue to ignore my doubts, but I had to continue. This is where I feel he has failed. This is the source I believe. In a world with so much anti-Semitism and also in a country who are so blatantly Zionist.
This guy is ESL, bro.
It is no wonder this is so hard to
This is a third worlder.
Yeah. iDubbbz is bad and it's just as cringe as you expect. Gone are the days where our favorite skinhead content got bullied who had it coming. Now he's protecting his terrorist sympathizing friend while mocking and belittling his former associate whose biggest crime was disagreeing with internet radicals. I'm not even a fan of H3, but anyone with more brain cells than a chromosome can see who's in the right here. This is all the result of cultivating an audience that is centered around hating people for minor differences in politics. iDubbbz went from making fun of racism with edgy, ironic humor, defending a guy who supports killing women and children, including babies, violently if they're colonists.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Wake up,
dude! Look, it's just such a bore.
Yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't entertaining.
Like thing is, if you want, you have to justify this length, and all you had was like 2 skits at the beginning, and then and then the same format for the entire rest of the video. There's no nothing shakes it up until
I could have forgiven it if it was entertaining, even if it didn't have any substantive critique, right? Because I didn't really feel that this brought much to light. But it wasn't entertaining. It was boring, which is the worst crime you can commit.
Yeah, boring, I would say. So Destiny Destiny goes off on iDubbbz for allegedly pretending to care about mental health.
Fine if you pretend, but don't.
Which, okay, drama alert, do you really need to put allegedly? Like,
Pretend like you care about mental health or any of that cringe shit.
Right.
Tell people to kill themselves. Make fun of people who are on SSRIs. Make fun of people who have anxiety or GD. Just do that. Just embrace the.
I like how he talks about making fun of people who are on SSRIs. Like, that's like most of the women he sleeps with.
All of them, some say.
All the slurs and everything you just
they're all drugged and bound.
But don't do this lefty bullshit of like, oh, you're presenting, these criticisms of what another person is saying. Well, maybe you're actually just fucking crazy, dude. Did you ever think that maybe every single thing you're saying is just the result of some huge mental health ailment that you're not capable of perceiving? But me, who exists, by the way, among the ranks of your harshest critics who constantly perceive, maybe I am able to perceive that thing that you're not. And I am able to diagnose you with that problem. And I am able to tell that every single thing you're saying is just coming from a place of deep insecurity and deep depression. And you just need to log off and
Is he playing like Factorio in the background?
Grass and take a break. Like, this is the worst type of gaslighting in the universe. The internet was a better place when Ian just said the N-word. Like,
so true. So true, Destiny.
Deranged type of criticism.
You know what? I'm a Destiny fan now. All right.
Apparently, the iDubbbz staff is trying to claim that the content cop is an 85% like to dislike ratio.
Okay. You can literally just
Very
screenshot it.
believable.
Like, just screenshot it in YouTube Studio.
They sent in a doctored screenshot.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, and this is XQC reacting to the content cop.
No longer a dream. This is a nightmare. Wake up.
Ethan, the dumb bitch is telling you to wake up.
Wake up. Ethan,
Dude.
wake up. Wake up.
Oh, hell no!
Wake up. Wake
Oh, hell no!
Anyone?
Brother. Oh nah.
I don't even know if he was speaking English right there.
Bro, content cop, and he picks the people that are the most content copable of all time. Bro, you cannot make this up. I'm not even just like preaching to the choir because it's like I use the most popular opinion or whatever. But he picks the most like content copable people of all time, and it makes a content cop with them. Oh, I can't.
Wake up.
Dude, like him including, like Frogan is like a step too far, right?
Yeah.
Even for like most people, like there's no. And here's a dude,
live reaction cam.
I know, dude. How do you like think having Frogan on your stream is a good idea? Or like I understand, like, oh, just submit a clip or whatever at the very end, but in the beginning,
right. Yeah, I don't know, man. Not great framing.
Yeah, dude, it's like, dude, there has to come a day where like iDubbbz reaps what he sows similarly to what H3 is reaping what he sows, right?
It's almost like this guy's retarded. Call me crazy, but
like I don't know, like what would have to happen for iDubbbz and like Hassan Piker to like beef with each other?
What will happen? There's more bad news?
I do have some more bad news for you. Some breaking news.
Oh, this
the money stops flowing.
It's about you.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Oh my god.
This is the moment H3 figured out about the content cop.
Well,
it actually can't be. Holy fuck, dude.
It sure is.
Oh my god. Holy fuck.
And from a quick scrub through, I think, well, it's going to be a little spicy.
Let's watch it. I mean, so like the thing is like, this guy went from saying he didn't want to get involved to supporting people calling CPS, like associating with people calling CPS my family. An atmosphere where someone like Bad Empanada is being platformed by people like Matt Lieb and Denims, who are friends with.
It looks like they're both in the video.
Check the description.
Oh my god! Like what?
You can tell from the description.
What did I do to like fucking like what kind of
I like how H3 already disliked the content cop.
Based.
Before even watching it.
Like, bro, what kind of cowardly bullshit is this? Like, we have one disagreement where I get upset because you guys aren't defending me publicly after everything I've done to support you guys, and like you bring on people who.
I just realized that black guy. His name is Sean DeBlack. DeBlack.
He is a black.
He is DeBlack.
I don't know if he's the black, but he's a black.
He is. Okay, how big is this Twitch? Dude, I didn't even realize that. How big is? Okay, wait, I need to scroll out. Sean, how big is he on Twitch? Less than 30K followers?
That's the big name right there. They really put out the A team.
Dude, like literally the featured clips, they're all in like triple digit views.
Maybe he'll get some exposure for like doing pretty much nothing at all in the content cup.
Dancing around. What? Okay, wait. Social media. The CEO of Black People. Digital strategist at Gen Z for Change. Foolishly socialist.
I really wish I could say slurs here on this stream, dude. Holy shit. And it's not the one you're thinking, to clarify. That would be low-hanging fruit, all right?
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm gonna be real. All of these tweets just reek of like botted likes. I'm the coder who's helped take down the Texas anti-abortion website and kept Starbucks, Kellogg's, and Ralph's from hiring scab workers by coding a website that generates fake applications.
So
what?
You're a cyber criminal. That's pretty cool.
All right, you want? I'm replying to this with like at Pam Bondi, bro. It's like, oh my goodness. Dude, like literally a no, but like I was more like, okay, like I'm not into Twitch culture anymore, so I had no idea who that was.
Yeah.
Just wake up.
Like I know Frogan because like, Drama Alert keeps posting about her. Especially like, a year ago. Denim's just like generally stupid.
Dude, there's not a single person who I find remotely likable on the screen right now.
Yeah.
It's extraordinary.
Oh,
even
no.
on even in the recommended videos, like fuck John Oliver, you know?
Yeah, John. Yeah, this is what happens when you're not signed into YouTube. Yeah, recommend John Oliver.
They recommend all the worst people to you. It's extraordinary.
How many days can I double $1? I lost
Who
by
fucking
Carl
cares?
Jobs. Dude, I mean, it has over 6 million views in 5 days.
6 million of you are fucking retarded, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah,
you really just watch anything, huh?
Seems a little high.
Yeah.
Tariff tantrum: America versus China and the world. And it's like, is this guy? Is that like a TED talk? Is he doing like stand up? Like yeah, I tested every. Yeah, this is what YouTube is when you're not like in your like niche echo chamber.
This is the bare bones. This is the soul of the site.
Turkey Tom, the degenerate trans activist who should be in jail. You don't want that space.
Turkey Tom's a little bit of a goofy guy, but I like him well enough.
Real.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So. Yep. This is iDubbbz now. That he somehow was able to get Frogan to put on a MAGA hat. So, what do you guys think of new content cop? Okay, you know what? I'm starting a poll. Yay or nay?
Oh boy.
New content cop. All right, we're getting the consensus here. Starting the poll.
I live as a capitalist. Okay, I live when I.
All right, and I'm
subscribed for 12 months. SDA
Wait.
dance, SDA B dance, SDA.
I don't know where that's. I didn't know where that was coming from. I have too many tabs open. That was from Twitch, of course. I left Twitch alone. I left Twitch alone for like 2 minutes, and it had, bruh. Okay, it's 95% nay.
It was, dude.
This is awful. This is actually awful. You know what? We need.
There was no redeeming qualities at all.
Yeah, we need to. Yeah, you're right. There was no redeem. But okay, somebody in chat did talk about Bo Black's covering it. Let's see.
Oh boy.
Bo Black's. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He's so cooked. I searched his name. It's not even like his own channel popping up. Wait, Bo Black's got Big Bungee permanently banned?
Yeah. I think he struck one of his videos down, which is why we should kill Bo Blacks in real life.
Okay. Calm down. Don't get...
No. I'm assembling a team. Are you in or are you out, Manic?
Twitter. 3.8 views in 3 hours. Yeah, he's cooked. I know, like, oh, that's his me in the banner. He slash her slash they slash them.
Dude, he's such a fucking soy boy. Holy shit. How can you using your Nintendo me avatar? I literally cannot think of anything more soylent guzzling than that.
He does follow me back on Twitter, so like I can't go too hard on him, but you know.
He's a great guy. I'm a big fan of all his content. I think he's a really cool person, all things considered.
Yeah, no, like I don't know, like I could easily get him to block me and unfollow me and all that, but you know, I don't know. I think it's funny just having the follow, and I feel like I don't feel like getting blocked by like another 50 gorillion people.
Right.
Okay, because there's like an alternative to Bo Black's where it's like Internet Versus. And I'm pretty sure it's probably getting more views than Bo Black's is. Yeah, 24K Internet Versus Content Cops return. The thing is with this video, it was before we actually knew who it was about. So for $2 in chat, Snake says would smash denims. I could fix her. LMAO. I'm just you have the ability to like super chats. I'm just curious who who agrees with that.
Yeah, that was me, my bad.
All right, let's let's see Internet Versus Con.
Taken to Twitter to post a teaser for an upcoming content cop, which will be releasing this Wednesday, April 16th.
Okay, we don't need to see your face. We just want the tweets.
Off into the corner, and Mr. Lookalike says, yes.
Yeah,
it wasn't on Hassan.
What the world needs is yet another 2-hour Destiny Sources slop fest full of the same tired nothing burger arguments we've seen for years. Team Money Kissgiver replies to items by saying, money it's about Asmund. Mugen
wrong!
Not Asmongold, not a dude. I was like, okay, so I had like the day it was about to come out, I had a feeling it's like, what if it was on like Lotus Eaters or something like that, you know? Yeah. Or like I had an idea about like what if it was on Benny Johnson or just generally like right-wing slop accounts, you know?
Is Benny Johnson right wing?
Yeah.
Or am I no, I think I'm confusing him. Okay, never mind. I'm confusing him with Nicholas Diorio. Dude, they're like the same person, but like ideologically flipped.
Wait. I mean, Benny Johnson isn't fat. Oh shit! Oh shit! Sargon of Akkad. So wait, hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, so he's directly name dropped in the video. He has to respond to this. Hold up.
Yeah,
I'm curious. We'll go through this fast.
It's currently ablaze with the drama between Ethan Klein and iDubbbz. Now, these guys belong to a kind of
friendship network that I'm not part of, don't know anything about. I've never watched any of their content per se, but I've seen lots of clips.
3 hours ago.
Part of the kind of internet social media drama sphere that kind of gets shoved into your feed. And recently, there's been a massive drama between iDubbbz and Ethan Klein, where iDubbbz has tried to demolish him using one of his infamous content cop videos, which everyone finds outrageous. I'm sure in the comments they'll explain to you why. I don't know. I've never watched an iDubbbz video. I've never watched an Ethan Klein video. I don't care. But something has become very apparent from these interactions.
That's hilarious. Like iDubbbz name drops Sargon, and he's like, I don't even know who you are.
And like I said, I'm not a huge Ethan Klein appreciator or anything. In fact,
that's so
he's
big.
Very strange, actually. On one hand, he can be pretty decent and a fairly chill fellow. On the other hand, he was a rabid leftist and was quite insufferable. Now, I was introduced to him when he interviewed Jordan Peterson back in 2017, and Peterson had obviously had quite a good effect on him. And I had a really interesting conversation on their podcast, and that was the first time I had seen anything like him. He seemed fairly reasonable. But after that,
dude, it's crazy because Jordan. If you remember, this is like 2-3 years ago that like H3 just completely disavowed Jordan Peterson. And Jordan Peterson ended up being like, you'll rue the day, or like,
dude, I remember that line.
Yeah, like you're spiraling, or he said it in a very Jordan Peterson kind of way.
He's like, the chickens will come home to roost.
Yeah, he did.
You'll rue the day. You made your bed.
I mean, he was right though.
He was, yeah,
in his own way. Snake also says Frogan looks like Jeff the Killer. I'll endorse that one.
Hey, give this Akkad video a like.
Yeah. I'm not even logged in, so.
God damn it!
Is he gonna mention how he was name dropped in the video?
Leaving leftovers and the podcast is
okay. I don't care. I don't care to watch this with you all.
Like modern Hollywood remaking and botching your favorite childhood movie. No one asked for this, bruh. Peach Jar says, I'll never forget.
I will say this voice is a better narration voice than iDubbbz. It's not amazing or anything, or not iDubbbz, Bo Blacks.
Forget my friends showing me your videos for the first time in college, sitting on their couch with a joint. Memories. This is gonna be good. I'm excited.
Guys, my favorite memory was watching YouTube slop while smoking weed.
Yeah, my favorite memory from college, some of the most formative years of your life, was sitting in my dorm and watching YouTube videos. That was pretty cool, Jesus fucking Christ. Dude, the average leftist, holy shit.
Yeah, sometimes I wish this was like, can we get rid of the internet so it's like we can actually go outside?
Some of my friends went out drinking and partying, but I like to stay inside and watch videos on my computer because that's what I like to do.
Yep.
Are you going after your own channel? Mr. B says, woke cop is going to suck. You used to be the cop, but then you called all your fans racist. Now you're just a pathetic little man under the foot of your woke, psychotic wife. Mad quote tweets iDubbbz with this video of Mr. Incredible getting ready and the caption, iDubbbz content in the big 2025.
This one was funny.
Failing to put on his suit. Deviant's pig quote tweets iDubbbz and says, I gotta say, no matter what
I think this guy follows me on Twitter.
I'm a grifter. Dude, destroy.
And he's right. This tweet's 100% right.
Has never gone back on. Very different from people who go where the money is flowing. Getting this level of views when having 7 million subscribers is wild. I'd make a collab with The Quartering the second they dipped below 1 million.
Make a collab? Dude. Actually, do you know what? I could see iDubbbz doing a content cop on The Quartering, maybe.
The Quartering doesn't follow you on Zitter, does he?
No, he doesn't.
Okay, good, because I fucking hate that guy. Holy shit. Dude, I despise The Quartering, bro.
Dude, on Zcast, you're just saying how you don't like his vibe at all.
No, dude, I despise him, dude. Dude, if I could, oh my god, if you could lock me in a room with The Quartering for a few hours, one of us is walking out and it ain't The Quartering, all right? Oh my, dude.
Yeah, dude, he's like tall and big.
Isn't he? I don't care, dude. Like, he's very rotund. Push him, dude. His center of mass has got to be pretty high up. All right.
Yeah. I mean, stable. You just gotta go for the feet.
Yeah, and the military trained me pretty well. I feel like I could take out a fat streamer.
Shamu quote tweets iDubbbz with the iconic clip of him and Tana. And Hassan Kader quote tweets iDubbbz saying, can y'all imagine the anxiety a certain someone must be feeling right now? Absolutely cannot wait to see this masterpiece.
Okay, he had to have known. This seems like a Hassan orbiter.
Arrow replies, ain't nobody anxious and worried about a modern day iDubbbz content cop on them. Jim replies,
okay, to be fair, if anybody was going to be anxious and worried, it would be H3H3.
Yeah.
Because he's just anxious in general.
Yeah. It's like kind of like a weasel, sort of, in his manner of behavior.
Yeah, which I'm curious because normally, like, I'm pretty sure it's a kind of a rule, and it might have been more of a made up rule that content cops had to be of somebody bigger than iDubbbz. And as iDubbbz grew, it got harder for people to like have content cops made on them. That was like a going theory. That was a going theory for years why iDubbbz didn't make a content cop, and people didn't want to realize that it was just because iDubbbz is a cuck.
Yeah, he's not funny anymore. Woke pussy one-shotted him.
Yeah, so okay, H3 Podcast is 2.7 million, and H3 Productions is 5.65 million. So, yeah, so I feel like H3 Productions had to have like peaked beyond that, right?
I don't know. What's the podcast at?
Yeah, but if you have like I guess these two subscriber counts together, you could say is like, you know,
probably a lot of overlap though.
Yeah, it is a lot of overlap. But yeah, you know, whatever. You gotta.
So I've watched both now, and in my humble opinion, the content nuke was better.
Yeah, it was.
I'll be honest, gang.
I had issues with content nuke. If you want to see that, go to my previous stream on the content nuke or on the clips channel. You know, I have a clips channel on the clips channel in the pin chat.
Nice plug. No, the thing about the content nuke is it wasn't like extraordinarily dull.
Yeah.
You know? Like you could rename the content cop to the mind-numbingly dull hour and it would have fit perfectly because holy shit, dude. This is not good.
Like this has the perfect aesthetic of the guy who holds the lapel mic in his hand. But he actually has the lapel mic on the lapel. So I don't know, is that points for that?
I don't know, man. You might be spitting.
Yeah.
My least favorite bread tuber. In the comments, they're asking.
Oh, wait.
That would be Hassan Piker.
Least favorite bread tuber?
Yeah. Who's yours?
Oh, that's a good. Oh man, that's. Oh, okay. I guess Hassan Piker would have to be it because it's just
he's pretty fucking bad.
He's more of a phenomenon. Like I have to deal with people in real life, and I have there's a risk of them being a Hassan Piker fan.
Right.
Like I'm not joking.
Usually when I run into one of those, I just gotta fucking kill them on the spot. It's pretty cool. I'm slowly thinning his fan base.
One at a time. All right.
And to answer your question, Sub-Zero, I am tighter than Metaswave because I've never been penetrated by my transgender wife.
You glitched out while doing that. I think Discord is trying to suppress this truth.
Well, the truth is I'm tighter. I haven't been penetrated by my transgender wife.
Yeah. Okay. See, yeah, I have to bring back my debate hosting, right? I was low-key thinking, right? You could be debating aristocratic utensil, like libertarianism versus monarchy, because I think that'd be funny.
That might be pretty big. Well, they're not necessarily they're not necessarily opposed.
Yeah, you're kind of right. Yeah, but you know, just arguing about whose bussy is tighter. You know, I think that makes. Yeah, it could be.
If I could have if you could somehow get Mentis on, which would be difficult because he's very large.
He follows me on Twitter.
To talk about.
We're mutuals. Yeah, we're mutuals.
Ooh, lucky you.
I don't know why he followed me.
Level of fame. Yeah, I guess he liked your content.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe he'll listen. Maybe he'll listen to this later. Mentis, if you're hearing this, I didn't mean it. Your bussy is tighter than mine, okay? Please follow me back on Zitter, Mentis.
Yeah, I don't know. He's like, it's like the kind of thing where he's so big it becomes intimidating to like reach out. So I don't want to be like a cloud chaser.
Yeah. I fuck with him. I like Mentis a lot.
Real. I do too.
His stuff's Skino.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to see?
I'll ride his dick. I'm not ashamed to do
it. All right. What thoughts on this Reddit post?
Let's see here.
It's
Huh.
Yeah, it's a war. Which way, Western man?
Okay, so on the side of Jesus Christ, right? We have
LeBron James,
LeBron
Hassan
James,
Piker.
Hassan Piker. He's Muslim, so he wouldn't get into heaven, so that's not accurate. Another Muslim.
Adam McIntyre.
A few like there's like one attractive woman, the rest are like
Bunch
hideous.
of bread tubers, yeah. For some I don't know, some like 19th century warmongering looking dude.
You know what's extraordinary? If you look at all these people, like none of them, like with the exception of Hassan Piker, of course, and potentially LeBron James, none of them have substantial muscle mass.
Yeah. And like look at the bad side. You have XQC, Destiny, Keemstar, Boogie 2988, Asmongold, Elon Musk, Ethan and Ela, some random girl that probably works for H3, I'm assuming. Another dude that works for H3. That producer dude that works for H3.
I strongly believe that eventually we will see the Boogie 2988 redemption arc.
How
Where he ungrooms his victims. Yeah.
How
he
do
atones for his sins.
How do you ungroom someone?
Well, it's kind of like grooming someone, just you do it in reverse, right? So like you start off by having them already be groomed, right? And then slowly over time you're like, hey, you know who's pretty cool? You know, like church is pretty cool. Hey, you know what's pretty good? Having like a healthy relationship with your parents, that's pretty nice. And you know, you slowly manipulate them into being normal.
You're right. You're right.
It's a brilliant process, really.
Hold up, let this man cook.
I might be cooking. Some say.
Okay, so I have been seeing a lot of people asking in the chat, could I get Big Bungie back on? Yeah, and just like, yeah, I can hit him up at some point, and because I know, like, you know, his YouTube channel's like gone at the moment, so yeah,
he'll be back.
Yeah, he's had some stuff going on with YouTube. He has indicated that he will be back, but rip Big Bungie.
When was it? Like June? He'll be back.
Yeah, I think so. Because normally with the YouTube timeouts, they're like 90 days.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Our king will return.
He will
and we will
return.
suckle at his teat once more.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll hit him up. Yeah, and like if you want to like let him know on Twitter, it's like, hey, want to hop on Manic stream? Yeah,
please do let him know.
Yeah, don't completely spam him, but just, you know, let him know.
Yeah.
People have also been asking me that I should go on not Flashcast. That was more like 2 years ago. Chudcast from Synthetic Man. Are you familiar with Synthetic Man?
Not really, but I like the name.
Okay, okay, let me just go to his channel. I think it has a most popular videos. Spider-Man 2 is discussing woke propaganda. Far Cry 6 is creatively bankrupt. Starfield is creatively bankrupt.
Yeah, I think I've seen some of their stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. People like, you know, kind of want me on his stream.
The Chudcast. That is an extraordinarily based name. Holy shit.
Yeah, dude, I'm surprised no one else has taken that. Like that seemed like such an easy name to go with. And
when did it start?
Like 5 months ago.
6 months ago. Okay, so it's not even like an old thing. Yeah. I don't know, man. They innovated.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, take the opportunity.
Yeah, all of you other people were standing still and let the market pass you by. You could have had something huge on your hands with the Chudcast, but no. Refused to innovate.
Yeah. But I think this is where we just about wrap it up. This has been a great stream. I am so happy to be here. I am so happy that you are all here watching. Yeah, we're gonna. I might have to, because my never ending, or both, like literally both of my my videos on iDubbbz and H3H3 now, because yeah, never ending iDubbbz crash out, never ending H3H3 crash out. They're kind of outdated now. I might need to make sequels.
Yeah, it needs an update.
It's gonna be like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where it's like they you get the Iron Man movie, you get the Captain America movie, and then they fight in Civil War.
It's pretty fucking. There's a whole arching storyline, the Civil War of BreadTube. I'm telling you. I'm telling you guys. It's gonna be peak.
It is gonna be peak.
It's gonna be peak.
Yeah. Wait, hold us. Yeah. A beautiful stream. Carl Sama was on Chudcast. You two should join. Yeah. I mean, yeah. We'll see. Oh my goodness, my YouTube just died on me. Okay, the stream didn't die though. The stream didn't die. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my. Okay. Well now. Okay. My YouTube is being exceptionally annoying right now. Google making me like verify literally every single.
Right. Yeah.
Every single time I reload the page.
Let's just say YouTube was the lion and you were the small dog.
So true. So true.
So true.
Okay, I literally can't. Actually, I probably could end the stream. Yeah, but make sure you check out Tax Brass, which I will. I would say I would link him. You're able to link yourself. You have the wrench. But
right here.
I need to verify I'm human to YouTube because. Okay.
Well, you don't seem to be one. We've seen very little evidence.
Very little evidence.
You've completed inhuman feats.
Okay.
Anyway,
if I can highlight the text. Yes. Hope you all, and you did it before me, but I'm doing it anyways. All right. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and I hope you never have to see. I don't know. I'm still inundated with items. Follow me on Twitter, by the way. I post Kino on Twitter.
You do.
I do.
Absolute gemeralds.
Yeah, exactly. Gemeralds. Like I didn't even realize, like, if you're not even logged into Twitter and like you just scroll through a profile, it shows like the most liked tweets. It's like that's cool. I can just I can see all my gems. I have to be logged out to see it. All the things you said running through my head, all the things you said running. This is probably copyright.
You go so hard. That right there got the entire video copyright struck.
Yeah. Hope you all.
We almost made it.
Yeah. Hope you all have a good one.
Hey, before we go.
Yeah.
Before we go, Garfield Cart is on sale right now for like 40%. So tap that.
I already have Garfield Cart. Believe it or not.
Oh shit.
Both of them.
Peak.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Garfield Cart is single player. Garfield Cart Furious Racing is the multiplayer one.
Oh, see, I don't know all the lore, so I'm
the
glad you're
lore,
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like we've been waiting like what 11 years for a new Mario Kart game. I had to pick up some I had to pick up something to pass the time, you know.
Understandable.
Yeah. Hope you all have a good one. Peace out, and let's see that.